Hello and welcome back to Dash28 Live. I am your host, Mike Atkins, and today we are bringing you round 4 coverage of the 2022 U.S. Kings of War Masters live from Linwood, Washington, just outside Seattle. Here with me in the studio, I've got Ray Shields, Ashley Smashley Mowat, and Mark Howard. Welcome, folks.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, nerds?
Great to have you all here and everybody at home watching. We have selected for this round, we are going to be doing the Table 3 matchup between Jeff Franz playing Nighstalkers from the Midwest and Bryce Clark playing Forces of Nature from the Southeast. The scenario for this round is going to be Plunder, and we will bring up their table here in just a moment. But first, let's very quickly take a glance at their lists, and then we can pop over and start checking out their deployment. So this is Bryce's Forces of Nature list. He has a horde of Earth Elementals. He's got 3 regiments of Scorchwings for some speed and some shooting. He's got a Greater Air Elemental because they are awesome right now. He's got a Pegasus, a Glade Walker Druid with Shroud of the Saint, Surge 8, and that Ring of Harmony, which is such a great buy. And then double Tree Herders, of course. The regular Tree Herder has the Orb of Towering Presence for +1 unit strength and a Wilt Daddy. And then, of course, the Nature's Wrath formation with double Air Elemental hordes and a Greater Air Elemental. The Air Elemental hordes one is a Hammer of Measured Force, and the other has Brew of Strength, making them pretty reliable damage dealers. That's a total of 12 drops, which is a bit on the elite side, and 20 unit strength, which is, again, a little bit lean, but this is definitely a fast Alpha Strike style army.
Air Elementals.
That's an ouch army. Ouch.
And everything except the Scorchwinds and the Pegasus are dash.
Yep.
So it's not one that's going to be wavered in many cases. It's going to hit and hit back. And if you don't kill it, they'll come at you.
That is correct.
Did we put the Jeff wins?
Oh, sorry. My bad.
I was like,
Spoiler alert.
Are we doing predictions now?
Spoiler alert, yo. Sorry about that. Sometimes when you're in a hurry, you click the wrong button. So Jeff's Nighstalkers, he's got 4 hordes of Scarecrows, triple Mind Screeches, a Horror Rift Weaver, which is super good and useful for its points, 110. It's amazing. He's got 4 regiments of Soul Flayers that are just so hot right now. He's got a Banshee with the Resonant Chorus upgrade. He's got 2 Butcher Flesh Rippers, one with Blade of Slashing and one with Mace of Crushing. And Shakira, as you do, for 16 drops and 26 unit strength. Solid.
So one of my questions post-tournament is there a Nightstalker list that does not take Shakira?
No.
I think there might be 1 or 2. He also doesn't have any Shadow Hulks, which is also another really popular option that they've taken.
Yeah, but he does have 3 Mind Screeches. And they're just behind Meat the whole game that's only height 2, and they're height 5.
It's true.
It's great.
Now the 2 Tree Herders with Scout should be an interesting how they lay them out and use them on the first turn.
All right. So let's pop over and see where they are in their deployment. Hold on. Let me update that with what side of the table they're on. It looks like Jeff is going to be at the top of the screen there. Those are his orange and purple Nightstalkers. I think they're spider themed.
Oh, so his Scarecrows are even spiders.
Yeah.
Rad.
They look that army looks very pretty from above. I'm going to be honest. The purple looks so good. I can see no details, but the colors are pretty.
All right. Let's turn up their sound a little bit so we can listen to them doing some deployment here.
And important to note that this is Plunder, so the second and fourth tokens are the ones worth 2. They decided that earlier.
And I think you see the first Tree Herder going right for it, right off the Scout.
Yep.
That's probably a horrible life decision, but it's a decision that I just made. So
he's
those are the
going
Tree
for both.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, I would guess those are the tree hoarders that Bryce has already dropped over there on the left. Looks like he's got, those are probably the earth elementals
My center one is here.
in the middle.
I think you get the
Does he have 1 unit or 2 units of Earth Elementals?
No, he's only got one, so that might be the air elementals, actually.
Just front and center,
Yeah, with a grader behind them.
wherever they want.
Yeah.
I gotta not forget S&Ashford.
I'm excited to see the. I like the hammer measured force on the air elementals. I haven't seen anybody do that yet.
Does it actually help him in this matchup?
Not really.
Actually, no, I don't think it does.
It doesn't.
Against the Butcher Flesh Rippers and Essenitra it will, but I don't think they're going to see Ben.
No.
So 28.
It actually makes Scarecrows better,
Yep.
and most of the other things that he has is just kind of the same. I mean, I can see why you would take it, though.
I wanted your 2 trees.
Yeah, when you're expecting to see, defense 5
Yeah.
standard across most units.
I normally, I saw everybody using the helm of the Drunken Ram on them.
So it's so tempting
Yep.
instead of
On
placing
another,
this there to put him over here. and
But then
just
you lose
keep all the
Pathfinder.
tokens.
That's the
What?
that's the trade-off.
It's true. You do, but at the same time, they're just so maneuverable. Half the time, you could probably just move them and avoid terrain.
on those on
needed.
scout. So
I think this is going to be a really interesting matchup for the use of shambling, because those scarecrows laid out the way they are
at that point. Yeah.
at this point in time,
I'm
I
gonna
think
get smarter.
see so many flanks happening this game.
Do you want some?
And
Oh,
if
it's
I
hard to
was
stop
Good,
once they
man.
get close, yeah.
Thank you.
Those might be Scorch Wings in the middle there instead of air elementals, because what he dropped over there next to the tree herder looks an awful lot like an air elemental.
Yeah.
horde.
does he have-
All his Scorch Wings are all
Oh, yeah,
registered,
no. Yeah, no, I can see the Scorch Wings back on the edge of the table as well. All right, what are those?
and he only has 1 unit of Earth Elementals, so maybe that's it.
So I need to kill that.
Yeah,
I
but
have
it's
no
just-
idea. I'm like,
They look like
if I
arrows.
tilt my head, will
If
they?
you look above, though, those things look like Earth Elementals in the center so badly.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
know.
they're just cloudy.
I'm so
Maybe they're just
worried.
cloudy air elementals. And maybe the one looks like an air elemental on the left is actually the earth elemental. We'll find out when they start moving them and doing stuff, because they'll tell us the names of the units.
Hopefully.
If all these people just use D&D miniatures, like a lot of people I know do, I'd be able to tell what all these things are.
You just reset it up. Yeah, I mean,
I'm interested to
That's the
see,
plan
since
anyway.
I've been playing against Forces of Nature quite a bit with
um,
Alex's list, to see 4 units of Soul Flares and what that's going to do
that's the
for his
problem.
air elementals, how hard that's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's interesting to see that Forces of Nature are being as successful as they are. And it'll be interesting in this one to see, because I think there's 2 of the top 5 tables having Forces of Nature versus Nightstalkers.
Yeah.
To see if Forces of Nature are the counter to Nightstalkers.
you know what? That's probably a mistake, but oh well.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Well, don't they kind of have some things that are like similar moving pieces, or like?
I wasn't planning on playing on the side, but here we are.
yeah. It's like I said, the biggest thing that I've seen with what I've been playing is like
But 18
the
lightning bolts, 18
maneuverability,
lightning
having
bolts.
Soul Flares in your
It's over
list.
here.
and you already know a
That's
Force of
the
Nature
reason I was
player
like, I
is going to be
was
bringing
kinda
air
thinking
elementals.
this, but
So there's that dance with the 20-inch threat range
18
against
lightning
each
bolts, I
other.
was like,
Yep.
It's a lot.
yeah. Defense
So,
4 and 18 lightning
I don't know if
bolts.
Force of Nature is a counter to Nightstalkers when it has
Yeah,
4 units of
that's-
Soul
I'm like,
Flares to that.
I mean, what's the first turn? Yes, sir.
All right, here comes the first turn roll.
3. You know what? I need to scout first. Oh. Well, we roll that.
There you go.
Wait a minute. Scout.
Forgot to do his scout moves. Yeah, might want to put those tree herders up front.
Classics.
Rushing me, Jeff. Oh, shit. Did I throw you off? Yeah. Oh, I'm off. My scarecrows are scary, man. 4, but they have one charge.
So this is the first. These are the first matches we've streamed so far this weekend that have Midwest or Southeast players, and I think also the first Forces of Nature or Nightstalker games we have streamed. But when you look across the top tables, all 4 of the top tables have a Nightstalker player on them, as I think we were saying earlier. Can't remember if the stream was on last time we were talking about that yet or not, but Nightstalker is obviously the most prevalent army here, and the other popular armies are Ogres, Forces of Nature, and then all the Elf armies. And when you look across the top, you see Twilightkin, Ogres, Forces of Nature, Nightstalkers, And then the one odd herd list.
Further back. Actually, can I use that? Yeah, sure.
That's awesome.
Or just one person.
Or
running
just
that.
Keith, right?
Or just Keith. Is it
It's
just, let's
just
be
Keith.
real, it's just Keith.
Just
Just Keith.
Just Keith.
I just do this. Okay.
All right,
He's
they're working
taking
out.
his, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as Mike said earlier in the pre-stream.
right.
It's working
right.
still, apparently.
All right. Sorry.
I mean, I think it's also because you play it for so long, you just know like so many of the intricacies of it. Yeah, it's like great players can take random lists and do fine just if they know it that well.
Good luck, man.
Yeah.
I don't think you need it, but I think you
And
do.
let's not kid ourselves. That list is tuned. It's not like it's a fluff list.
No, it's a good list, but
I
I
was planning on double things so I could get flanks and try it, but now I'm out of range.
Keith is also a great player, but I have to
Because
say
put the
that
scarecrows here and it was not my plan.
he's let me stay at his house
Never
so many
played
Does
him.
that make
times.
sense?
I've never
Because
played
turn one,
against
I was
him.
going to charge you, hit you in the flank, and
Him
try.
and his wife have hosted us
Hail Mary.
for tournaments before at their
Well,
house. So
Oh, cool.
What state does he live in?
Yeah.
Connecticut.
Flush one, thunder one.
Connecticut, yeah.
Fours.
Yeah, we used to go down for the
Yeah.
Unplug
I can hit
GT
you
and
with
stuff.
one front and one flank.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. One
And
front.
Keith is of course playing Adam Ballard on the top table right now. Adam Ballard from Nebraska.
Right.
So for those of you outside the U.S. watching,
So-
that is two people who are unlikely to ever end up at the same tournament together,
Think about that for a minute.
because they are really far.
because the U.S. is big.
Yeah, unless they both decided to like go to Adepticon one year, they're not going to bump into each other at a tournament except at the Masters. And honestly, that pairing is one that I could have expected to see in the final round on the top table. So it's cool that it's happening in turn 4. But we've already done a Keith match so far this weekend, and we've already done a Corey Reynolds match so far this weekend. He's on table 2. So we decided for the sake of some variety that we would bring you this table 3 matchup between 2 undefeated players from 2 regions that we haven't given anybody a peek of yet, 2 armies we haven't given anybody a peek of yet.
It would have been interesting to see the ogres versus ogres, though.
Yeah,
Sure, that'll be madness.
the ogre off. Yeah, Zettelmeyer's 9x9 I think wins an ogre
I did a
mirror
random
match.
gate fart and realized I was coming out of terrain.
Yeah.
Oops.
I got him
I
round
love how
1.
you. Oh, God. I was just laughing because I was like, as you listed all the top tables and some of the players there, I'm just like, oh, so many people that have absolutely destroyed me and my will to live.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good I don't have to go through watching that again.
Yeah, Mike did that to me at the GT at 9 in the morning. Felt great.
Corey was very nice while he butchered me into the ground.
Yeah.
They're always so nice.
So was Adam. He's so nice. I had to play Adam first round at Masters, like in San Antonio.
Yeah, I usually end up playing Adam somewhere in the middle of Masters, and I think he beats me every time. And like, I'm not super chatty when I play, and Adam is not super chatty either. And we both just kind of have these like stern, concentraty faces. So people come by and look at our table and feel the need to ask us if everything's okay. And we look up and we're like, yeah, everything's fine. We're talking. It's like, you guys look like you're pissed at each other. And we look at each other and shrug. We're like, no, we're having a great time. I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys just stare into each other's eyes a lot.
It's the
Communication through the looks.
sit there quietly looking at the table. It's like the perfect Uber ride when your driver doesn't say anything to you because he doesn't need to, right? It's like we both know what we're doing. We're just going to do our thing.
I think Adam just felt bad because he like beat me up so bad, and he's so quiet, and he's just like, "I'm sorry," as he butchers me again.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was great.
Or no.
But
All right, so he's chugging.
he's
along.
up on the hill there. And
Seriously?
Those must be the mind screeches on the
I would
hill.
imagine that's exactly
Yeah.
where they want to be.
Yeah, the proxies. Yep. You can see them in the back. They have kind of the fiery lightning coming off them there behind.
yeah, I wouldn't want to put those models up on that hill.
And that means the butcher flesh rippers are on the far right, coming around.
Yep.
Mhm.
Those are really good utility pieces.
Okay. Starting to figure out what these units look like on the top-down view.
Oh,
Are soul
Yeah,
flares like creepy flies?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, Jeff's army looks really good in a top-down view. Nice bright colors, easy to see. Bryce's army looks good too. Nice light colors with pop. These are good armies for
Their
this,
models. What the hell am I doing with my life?
I also like that they're two very much different color themes going, so you can easily tell who's kind of what. Like,
Yeah,
it's not
that's-
just like a sea of like brown and green, and you're like, I have no idea whose unit this is anymore.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
Well, he picked it up, so that must have been one of his.
Oh no, he picked it up and gave it to him. Oh, he killed it. How did that happen? Like, what?
All right.
I think Jeff is seriously considering like some YOLO charges on those tree herders
You can't really
here in round one.
You know,
Well, he's there now.
I would like to see it.
Well, I guess you can.
They're just trying
do
to
that
stay
if they're not
as
nimble,
well.
right? So it'll be
I
fine.
love a good YOLO charge.
Him, I could get charged. I don't want to get.
So I know there's like a whole line of forces of nature that are currently cut off my screen at the bottom with the scorch things and
We're
that.
just gonna have to wait it out.
Alright, that's that.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing where they go and what they do.
Yeah,
Part of me's
it's gonna be a surprise for all of us.
Blast 5.
Part of me's just be like, please don't just dance them around the back forever because we have no idea what you're doing.
Go ahead and turn their volume up a little bit. Jeff has gone into wind blasting, blowing
No
those
worries
tree
about you
herders
sitting on that thing.
back off of those tokens.
And then wind blast 5.
Oh, you can't wind blast if you picked up the token.
2 inches.
But they haven't
And on the
because
lower
they
shot
only
that
scouted. You
actually
can't pick
wounds
them up on a
something.
scout move.
Nope. And I think I'm out. Since that was successful, I blew her out of the range, so I can't do the second one. Done. Nothing's in range over here. Those 3. Are you 50% in cover with your air elementals?
Should be, yeah.
Yeah, I think you are.
Ah, so they are
24 out. Oh,
Yeah.
that's lovely.
It's almost like it was on purpose.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Mind
I didn't move
screeches.
forward as much as I wanted to, but that's okay.
Maybe don't have a target here.
Nothing's in front of the or behind Eric Elmos, huh?
Nope.
Oh, I'm out of 18. Doesn't matter. Okay.
Probably just
Lightning
15.
bolt.
18 lightning bolt.
Yeah, sorry, 18.
What are you on 5?
Yep. On
Going
the
with you guys?
Yeah,
on the
the Iron
air
Shades.
elementals
Okay.
in cover. Yep.
Okay.
Looks really.
I'm not going to be sad about that.
I would be.
Oh,
But-
even his dice, I can kind of see. I'm liking his
Fives.
color scheme.
1. Take that.
Just one wound.
And your druid says, eh. My druid's like, I don't know about all this.
That was rough.
I guess nothing can happen. Your turn. You're one now.
Piercing 1 should have been 2, but
Alright.
I think.
Sneaky wind blast.
I don't know. He called it 1, so
Yeah,
And
no,
one it is.
call it 1. He's probably
Is he just gonna regen that one off in a power move?
Did I get within 20?
That was a pretty good first turn too for time. We'll see how they do on how he does on the second round. I always find the
Yep.
second turn takes the longest.
See, I'm
So
quite
Jeff-
happy to go all the way down to half an hour on my first 2 turns. Set
Really?
up first 2 turns all the way down to half an hour, no complaints.
Limitations.
Also, depending on what you play against, I mean, that could just be kind of the game. Really, is the important side of it.
The important side of it.
I mean,
So
on
Jeff just sort of
Yeah.
Jeff just sort of pushed up across the
Yeah,
across the line,
he's got
wind
just,
blasted stuff back. That's it.
he's just got trash mobs, so why not just throw him forward? I think they're nerve 22 dash. So what does he care?
See, scarecrows are dash 21.
Dash 21.
Oh, should have been dash 28. See, they got it wrong.
Well, he doesn't have legions. Just hordes.
I know.
Just measly hordes.
Yeah, we can't all be great.
No, exactly.
So what does he have on the left to deal with the 2 treemen?
He's got some wind blast to keep them from getting in range.
But once the treemen pick up the 2 tokens, the defense 6.
Yeah.
Well,
that's 3 points over there. So he can pick up both of those. But if Jeff picks up the other 3, he'll still win by 1.
but everything from Jeff can now go kind of right and just be like, I have these.
He doesn't have any real amazing answer for Treeman though, because if I'm looking at this outside of the Butcher Flesh Rippers, everything else is like rush 1 at best.
Yeah.
Well, he has Thunderous on the Soul Flares if he can get like a flank or something, but even that's just winning on 4s. What are they, like dash 18 for the trees? Maybe more for Wildfather.
Dash 18 and dash 19.
So his name is Wilt Daddy. Get it right.
Where's that Sinisha at? I didn't even see.
I'll take the flank.
This is like Where's Waldo right here.
I think she's behind that central scarecrow unit. I think that's her.
There you go. We're just gonna hope.
Since after he wind blasted, he checked range for something there to them and said now they're out of range, and
fair.
That's all I can figure. Yeah, I mean, like a double flank charge from Soul Flayers will put a good dent in a tree man or Wilt Daddy, but like that's it. Otherwise, he could just be planning to play the whole like, okay, you've walked into a Scarecrow horde. Congratulations, you will be here for 2 to 3 turns.
Yeah, and like here, do you want these 2 tokens? I'm going to take the other 3 and just focus on that whole side of the table.
Right.
Defense 6 is so hard to deal with it if your list isn't like built specifically.
Yeah.
People.
You got to bring a can opener. Yeah.
I think every list needs a can opener to be. I'm curious as to where the Earth Elemental horde is.
I think that's them kind of right where Bryce's head is right now.
Yeah, the blue one's there, right?
Yeah.
Because he did mention, because the other ones he did say was the Earth Elementals or the Air Elementals in the middle, right? Because he was saying, oh yeah, they're in cover or whatever.
Yeah, he only has the 1 unit Earth and 2 units Air. So
yeah, so that would make the most sense.
Elimination. I was like, that's probably what that is.
Unless if that was Earth Elementals, that explain why it's only 1 wound, because there was the 1/5 and not 4. So yeah, that might be Earth Elementals going for the center one and saying, there's my 5 points that I need to win, or sorry, 4 points to win.
But he only has 1 unit Earth Elementals in his list, right?
Yeah.
And there's two identical hordes there in the middle.
Identical. Maybe they're not from looking at them straight on. I don't know, man. We'll figure it out.
I feel like that'd be super confusing if those were 2 different hordes in the center, like from a aesthetic position.
Maybe it's a strategy.
And it looks like he has put the Wilt Father into that central Scarecrow horde and done Cloak of Death for 1 wound on Shakira and them.
Yeah, definitely there. Yep.
Nice turn 1 charge there from your scouting tree person.
He's gonna live forever.
Right.
Well, even now, if he wanted to charge just one of the Soul Flare units over on the left, it's like you can only get 1 in, even with 24 attacks.
Yeah.
They might even hit that brain right there.
There's a forest in the way, so I'm pretty sure they can't see.
Oh yeah, true.
So no charges, no immediate danger. Yeah.
It's just not a very lush forest, you know. It's seen some shit. Had some droughts.
It's not. It is a particularly sparse forest for the Pacific Northwest. I usually expect
it is. Yes. I expect much more trees.
Lush.
Very
lush is
lush.
the word that I expect.
Very wet.
Very lush. Very wet.
Just it's forest fire. There you go.
Well, they only move 5 inches, so I think those are the Earth Elementals.
That's bizarre, because the other one's totally like bugged out far enough over to be Air Elementals.
Yeah.
What is
My brain
happening?
can't handle that.
My brain can't even.
It'll all work out soon, I'm sure. All will be revealed. So Jeff has just sort of moved forward and said, "Come get me, or I'm going to come get the tokens, and then you'll have to grind me out."
Yep.
Bryce has a ton of maneuverability and better anvils, and it'll be interesting to see how Jeff plays this. He might have brought this army assuming he was going to play a bunch of elves.
Yeah. Well, that's what I imagine Lightning Bolt 18's for.
Yeah.
It kills me every time I see a hawk or something.
So I wonder if his move is just like trying Lightning Bolt Earth Elementals, which feels bad.
Is this real? Is this real?
But I guess we have to see what else comes onto the screen.
When he moves the rest of his Scorch Wings and things up. We are watching round 4. First round of the second day of the U.S. Masters. We're watching Jeff Franz at the top of the screen playing Nightstalkers from the Midwest against Bryce Clark and his Forces of Nature from the Southeast across the bottom. They are playing Plunder, and the 2-point tokens are the 2 to the left and right of the center token. They are on table 3. Both are currently undefeated.
I'm thinking about it.
And the scores are pretty interesting right now. You got Keith Conroy at 72, and they're playing Northern Kings. I'll remind everyone. So 25 points per round, and Keith Conroy currently has 72 points, meaning he's only missed 4 points in 3 rounds. The next two people under him, Corey Reynolds and Adam Ballard, have 71. Alex Chavez has 70. And these guys are both sitting at 69 points. Oh, yeah.
They're like, can we just both get 0 this round?
Well, boys, I think a suspicion that we're leaving because there's a lot of things coming this way.
All right.
So we see the shift to the left being done by Bryce.
Yeah, kind of.
He's still got to make a play for that middle token, though, to have
Nimble fly, and he's leaving. Yes.
4 points at the end to win.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Earth Elementals, that horde of Scarecrows is going nowhere now.
With the Wilt Father in front of them, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
he feels like moving those Earth Elementals up to just like eventually grab that and then just start jumping things on the right side. Pretty good move. Defense
Just lumber on up.
feels bad.
And what does Jeff have that's Pathfinder? Like, he's not going to put the Mind Screeches in combat, so we can skip those.
Didn't see that.
Outside, I don't think anything on this list has
I didn't see that.
Pathfinder. Esnishra might have Strider.
Yeah,
She does. She does.
All right.
She's CS3, so she can actually hurt.
Yeah, but only 5 attacks, though.
5 attacks, yeah.
No, I got a. Oh,
And on 3s, 5 attacks.
Threes,
Goes 3.
yeah.
During
She'll do 3 wounds.
Huh? You can't see 'em?
In 6 turns, she will threaten them.
Oh, that's right. There's trees there. Huh? Yeah.
Well, she'll have 5 turns with the Scarecrows to hurt the Wilt Father.
Do they not look like a fan?
Such blind hope.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
That's what I try and tell people when I run Legions of Zombies.
Murph, it's air elementals, dude. Air elementals and greater air elementals are amazing. And the Glade Stalker Druid with the Ring of Harmony, like getting to cast Surge twice in a turn, is super duper efficient for the points.
Yeah.
And Earth elementals are still amazing anvils and thick chaff. So
Okay.
One win went away.
It really just
One win went away. Shot.
flying speed 10 nimble that you
I
can
never
surge.
saw that coming.
Yeah.
That is a drug.
All right,
Yep.
so,
I feel like when 3rd edition first came out, it tended towards the games being a little grindier, and I feel like with the most recent Clash of Kings, we've gone back to like a kind of run and gun style game where like
You and I talked about that,
yeah, we're like shooting like 24 and shooting is back, so speed is also back to deal with it, and like Earth Elementals, Forces of Nature have a very strong version of that kind of flying surface Alpha Strike list right now.
There's Wilt Daddy, I think.
we got combats,
Oh.
I think, here.
Spicy combats.
some days. Yeah. All right. So it's going to be 18 inches. Anywhere I'm 18 inches, I can be seen by that beast. All right, so we'll move over here first.
Oh, did they already do the combat? And it's
They did,
I don't know
yeah.
what to do, so I'm just going to pick to do something different.
okay. Sorry, folks, I was blabbing through the combat. I didn't expect the Wilt Father to kill Scarecrow Horde.
It was the saddest of combats, though. It's fine.
So that is actually going to bring us to the top of turn 2. Let's see what Jeff does. He continues pushing up.
You can't see me, so I'm fine.
I feel like they got really lucky. It's like we actually got good weather in the PNW, and they're here. It's good.
Hell yeah.
Like looking outside, it's actually really nice out.
Yeah, a couple of folks came in early to the area earlier in the week, and they said the weather was really nice. And so I asked them if the mountain was out or not. And they were like, oh, yeah. And they sent me a picture of Mount Rainier. And I'm like, yes, the mountain is out. That's awesome.
There you go.
Old school. I like it.
Well, Mount Baker, we get a really good view of that from our hospital here in Vic all the time, at least.
I'll
So
have to table, fly back on later. Yeah. But you let me fly back
I remember
on
the first
later.
time I went to Seattle, and I was there for a good 4 days out of the week, and it was hazy enough that you could not see Mount Rainier. And then, like, on the 5th day, I stepped outside, and there was a fucking mountain there that was not there the day before and hadn't been there at all that week. And I was like, how have I not seen that? That thing is enormous, and it's right there. So yeah, now every time anybody I know that goes to Seattle for the first time, that's the first thing I ask them, like, is the mountain out today?
I was just in Seattle at the beginning of the month, and I don't remember if I saw the mountain. I don't.
Then it probably wasn't. It was probably covered by clouds, as it usually is.
That looks like a
Yeah, it was good weather though. But I was like, did I just not look for
I have
it?
enough move, I can angle it, but yeah, it's fine.
So was that the Banshee over there on the right?
Probably.
I would assume so.
Doing weird Banshee things?
Doing weird banshee things.
Being spooky.
I've never used one of those things before. I thought about it. Those things are pretty cool. They intrigue me.
Yeah, because the two lobstery looking spidery things are probably the horror. No, not the horror rift weaver. The
Butcher flesh rippers.
the butcher flesh rippers. Yeah, so that individual with wings is probably going to be his banshee.
Yeah.
With the resonant chorus upgrade. So once returned after casting Wind Blast or Enthrall, the banshee may immediately cast the same spell again on a different target within 6 inches of the original.
Now, what are we going to do with
Takes a little finesse to use something like that, but
That's also
puts it to the masters.
after they're moved, correct?
So,
That you have to target them from that position.
Yes.
Which gets very interesting.
6 inches of the right, because if you
Just blow them out of targets, yeah.
right, if you don't Wind Blast or enthrall them far enough, you might not be within 6 of the other unit you want to cast on.
Biding
Right.
my time, Jeff.
Right.
As in, I'm running away.
yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
There, and then Ray had 2. Then there was 2 of them.
And then there's Ray's multiplying.
So
This is Frederick. He's decided that he wants to see the game rather than have a nap.
These two beside side.
fair.
I think you get the idea.
I'm the same way right now.
But I don't have another 50.
And we're both
I have
drinking.
2 of them, so.
Cool.
Bob, what are you going to do? You know? I did
As
that.
the soul flares slowly but surely
I feel
make
like
their
I'm
way
running
up.
a lot of time.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
So I'm gonna. Last I left, there was a question about why forces of nature are doing well, and one of my thoughts is maybe people haven't been coming to this tournament with the Defense 6 can openers that we saw back in 2020.
That would make sense.
Charge?
So
That does make sense.
even looking at this matchup, that would be my big concern if I was Jeff at this point in time, is what do I have to deal with those 3 defense 6 units? Because there's 3 of them.
There is, and I feel like Wildfather's just gonna live where he is as long as he wants.
Right?
He's not going anywhere.
No.
They're out of 20.
Until he wants to disengage, withdraw, and corkscrew into something else. So, but I'm guessing Jeff is going to keep any other viable targets too far away for him to do that.
And it's not just a case of like casting Surge twice. Can't you cast Heal twice as well? So if you have 2 or defense 6 targets, using the Druid, you can cast Heal twice on defense 6, which is especially frustrating if your can openers are at best Thunderous 1, Crushing 1.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to move him up.
That's a lot.
even, which should
Yeah.
be both out of 20 for them currently. Yep. Actually,
And he's actually got the Shroud of the Saint
it's not.
on
They're within
his
20.
Yeah, so he's up to heal 6.
heal. Yeah, either 6 or 7. I forget how many the Shroud of the Saint gives you.
Gives you +2.
Um,
If you already
so
have heal.
19 and a
If you already
half.
have it, it's +2. Yep, you're right. So
They're
heal
within
6.
20. So we need to adjust something. Maybe I bumped them.
No, let's see.
Good.
So the question is like that the Gladewalker Druid could sit between the 2 Dreamin' and cast Heal 6 on both of them.
Out of 20?
Could.
Like,
Could.
And then the 6 Scarecrows will never get through them.
yeah.
They weren't going to get through him anyway.
I'm unpausing.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Yeah, but clearly Jeff is fine with his Scarecrow hordes being in combat with them because
Let's just hold him up.
She doesn't want
he got
Doing the same
he got
thing.
charged by 1 last turn, and this turn he was like, "I will see your charge," and
Yes, and Ezra does.
hand you another horde
No, not really.
to chew on.
She'll
I
try
mean-
and kill her.
There are definitely worse things to be tied up there.
Yeah. That is kind of what those hordes are for, right? Throw them in front of
Yeah,
something
so-
scary and just let them sit there for
Stay
a
away
while.
from my druid.
Mhm.
Where's that dice?
I don't know.
I can't really see the measure. I'm assuming the air elementals on the hill are
What is it,
outside of
defense
20
four?
It is.
of
It
the
is. We're
soul
all
flares over
salty.
there.
Probably, yeah.
I would imagine.
Oh, there goes
Extra
Shakira.
12.
Yep.
That would be sad. All right, that works.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Jeff has moved up very aggressively on the right side. Bryce is just sort of redeploying towards the middle.
So, sure,
Somebody's going to have to get that middle token, though. Like, it's going to be a
All in good time.
contest for that.
One last 5. 3.
What are they rolling?
He just rolled Wind Blast.
So runes. What runes?
Dale's correct. My strategy of double heal on the treatment wouldn't work, but if you had 2 hordes of Earth Elementals,
I don't want to enthrall.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah.
I should have wind blasted down.
Easy enough when your entire Forces of Nature army is elementals, though.
No, wind blast 5 from this Earth Soul Flare to your Earth Elementals. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
help you?
those are Earth Elementals. Okay.
That way.
We did
Weird.
I'm helping you reconsolidate your battle plan. I don't know if I like this.
Yeah, so
That was the best.
that's going to make it a problem for him to get to the middle token if every time he approaches it, he just blows them away.
Yeah,
Well, like you said, he's helping
I really
him
messed up when I did it.
rejoin his battle line. You know,
Yep.
he's just
Yep.
helping.
Am I over
And
that?
stay away from the winning token.
Yes, just barely.
Yeah, it's like overall
Still?
Wind Blast 40 something in the list, right? With the Banshee. Ugh.
That one's just out.
Shit, it might be. Well, let me think. It's like 18 between all of the.
From the Mind Screeches, 20 from Soul Flares, and then whatever the Banshee has.
Banshee is 5. Wind Blast 5.
but he can cast it twice, if I recall, with Resident Course.
Yeah, but different units. Still, yeah, it's just that's,
things backwards. I did it backwards.
Eventually, you have to stop wind blasting the same unit because you pushed it too far away and it's at
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the edge of the table.
but the ability to just change the entire board on your turn for your opponent.
Yeah.
I've been pushed off a token at like the bottom of turn 7 and lost it, or made it a tie game or something at the end, and you're like, you had like win past 3. Thank you.
I had that happen to me like 2 months ago. I was
I
bummed.
feel like I want to go back and see how many points Jeff has actually killed in his previous games to see if his strategy is literally just like I just blow people off objectives. I don't care.
That's awesome.
10. That would kill him.
Actually, let me see.
Yeah, you have
Do they have the attrition numbers up? Here, I can see if I can find.
I can see how big his wins were. He got a 24-point win, 23-point win, and 22-point win. Okay, so
I think he just wavered the Pegasus.
Oh.
My scarecrows didn't think about it. Quit rushing me, Jeff. I must be rushing myself, man. Over here fighting your she-woman. I don't like it. I'm going to pull the 5s and 6s to the side because that's what you do when you have 30 dice on 5s. Okay. Fair. I don't disagree. 2 wounds. Take that, you slime bucket.
Damn.
All right, I can't do anything to nerve. Back on her.
Disrespect.
The Wilt Daddy. Take that. Ooh, actually, they're mad at him. They hit it. He hit them. They're not pleased.
The only thing that's throwing me off right now is I can't see what's on the right side of the board. For Forces of Nature.
right,
Oh,
he's hiding them behind the camera.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Okay, 1. Thank.
1 wound. All right.
Your turn.
Nice things.
The banter on this table is pretty good, though.
Oh, it could be awesome.
That's going to bring us to the bottom of turn 2.
There we go.
All right, so now the question is,
Oh, I should have.
Yeah, now we're gonna find out.
Pick this one up.
now we're going to find out what does
And this guy picked this
what
one.
does Bryce have that can make it to the middle token and pick it up before getting blown away from it again?
If he had Scorch Wings, he could try and do that, but then they just get murdered.
Oh wait, he does have scorch rings.
I don't know
For
that I
units.
measured it.
They're just hiding off the camera somewhere.
They're in reserve,
They're in reserve. There you go.
Is it a flank?
so
They're going to ambush from the back on turn 4.
I believe.
So 4+ they come out.
Deep strike in.
No, I screwed that up totally.
That's a thing in this game, isn't it?
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
It'll be hindered, and then you'll get raped and pillaged, but you might sell it. You can't.
All right.
Good God.
All right. Checking to see if we can fit here.
Shifted forward.
Moving the terrain.
Never mind then.
Oh, that's so
Can't
good.
quite make it.
oh,
That feels bad.
Luck.
Yeah,
Jeff.
I messed up.
But did he do that on purpose?
No, absolutely did not.
yeah. Jeff
even
was
said, like,
like,
"Oh, I think-
oh shit, I messed that up," and
I think I
then
screwed up there.
Yeah.
You got to be careful at Masters, man. You get slightly overconfident. You misplay one thing, and your opponent's looking at a charge that you were not expecting, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh crap, I'm in really bad shape." All of a sudden, because I didn't see one potential charge and forgot to guard against it, which I think is maybe where these Forces of Nature lists get really dangerous, because that much speed, that many angles you have to keep track of. Like it's
I think
easy
that's
to
the
miss
worst
one.
part. Is like you have to sit there and it's not just, oh, is this a flying unit that can hurtle across the table over to the middle of the table or something? You're like, and he just turn once, move 10, turn again, and suddenly I'm rear charged. Did I think about that? Can he do it?
And it's not just like one unit doing that.
Oh, it hurts. So it's
It's a whole army.
It's a lot of shit you got to keep track of.
Yeah, it's definitely a high skill cap list. Just
Well, and
gets
it's
more
not
and more
even just
dangerous
like
as you get
the
better.
things that you can do. It's that your opponent then just spends so much time overthinking all the options that you could do, and then
Right.
they blow their clock out.
That's what my friend Jordan does, and it's basically my favorite thing in this entire game.
Probably not.
Playing the clock.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Mhm.
That's Mind Screeches are just going to live there.
Because 2 of those units gone would help me out a lot.
Yeah. This Nishra is going to eat one probably anyway.
Well, that's her plan.
Yeah.
So Pegasus clearly has to get out of the way. What is right behind the
I
Pegasus,
mean, I
though?
can get out of
I think that's
Greater air?
but I'm gonna be-
Probably a greater air elemental, and I think the Pegasus is wavered.
Well, I
It
have to
is,
go to
yeah.
see.
Mhm.
No, I know, but if
So can't pivot and back up.
I'd have to go way further.
If you
I'll
are,
take S and Nishra's.
they be grounded because they're disordered when they're wavered.
So it's
They lose
here.
nimble and everything.
Maybe you put the greater air elemental in front of it just to block
I can't
him.
remember. I can't remember if you automatically lose nimble if you're flying and you're wavered.
Yeah, wait, S and Nishra can hit me. Those guys can't. Those guys.
You're disordered, you do, and I think
Well, I think because like you're nimble because you're flying. So if you lose your fly,
Right. But do you automatically lose fly because you are wavered? Because you're not normally disordered from shooting.
no, you're not.
I don't know if you're automatically disordered when wavered. Anybody who's got the rule book handy, let us know. We have
already
forgotten.
Yeah.
digging into it.
We will await your comments. Thank you.
We'll check it out. It can definitely back up. It can definitely change facing. We're just not sure if both is an option.
Mhm.
Or Pegasus. It's not long for this world. So there.
Well, if all of them shooting off as a pig, you're winning. I should be hitting that greater, but I can't see him. I can't range him.
Not yet. You're going to. So.
Well, yeah.
So at what point do you put the air elementals into the scarecrows?
Well, I've been trying to move him out of.
Yeah, but he was.
I don't know.
I could have put him. I didn't realize it. My brain said, "Oh, there's objects there. They must be a forest."
Clearly.
This is flat. There's a little pond.
So for those of you watching,
Things.
oh, we got a comment. Let me see what that
There's
is.
pillars and
Oh.
other ones as the forest and other.
Sai says wavered units are disordered.
Okay. So
I will take Sai's word for it. He
Oh,
usually
and I
makes
think
it-
now they're having an issue with terrain.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
I think the bottom
Okay.
catch there. I think they were trying to figure. One of them, it sounded like thought it was maybe flat, and one thought it was a forest.
Of this.
Oh no, the two
Because it had
forests are
pillars
there.
on. Yeah, but
Oh,
because
no,
it has
those are
little
just-
rocks on it.
Those are rocks. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's right.
short, difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe Jeff has picked up the 2 tokens on the left for 3 points, and Bryce has picked up the leftmost token there
You
with
have one surgery.
Tree
right?
Herder. But the 2-point token on the left behind the Wolf Daddy is still there, and the middle token with 1 point on it is still there.
But they're both tied up in combat.
So the tokens picked up by the Scarecrow hordes.
I'm guessing he picked them up as Scarecrow hordes.
Keep her in the middle, but that's not gonna happen.
Mike, this act game actually looks a lot like round 1 that we televised with Keith versus Patrick, because in both cases the person on top pushed the right flank, while the person on the bottom pushed the left.
I
So
might not be able to do that.
I think that's very common in Kings of War, where you do a one flank turn.
Oh,
Such
here's the
as
thing.
this.
Because I'm
This is how you
absorbing
clean.
Just funny how on the 2 round 4 and round 1, both of the maps have had a similar effect with the top player doing
Your greater
the
can't
same
see, so you
turn.
can't join.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that also has to do with like you can only commit so much to one side, especially with this Forces of Nature's list. You're not going to be able to spread out that far.
She'll heal one.
Definitely going to come to like picking your battles. Like,
Yeah.
what side do you want?
But with a list this fast, actually both of them are really
Both of them
fast.
which
You
is
can mostly redeploy either army.
Yeah, like you can come take what you want and then
No,
just
you're fine.
go wherever.
It's also so even because both the primary tokens were right next to the center objectives. So you take one side, I take the other, and we'll just fight for the middle, I guess, at the end of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, because the center one you can't pick that, like burn that one, right? So
You
it
can
stays
pick it
there.
up. No,
You
if they're
can
all
pick up the
loot.
center one.
Yeah,
I haven't read the Plunder Rules in so long, so it's
It's a
like,
loot token.
It's all
so they-
It'll
all-
be the deciding factor if they each have
So
3.
Yeah.
But with Mind Screeches, 3 of them just in the middle with Wind Blast 18,
They're
it's
just
going to be
gonna
a rough life.
Oh, just
Yeah.
the greater. Oh, okay.
They're just like running through a storm constantly.
Shifts over.
Yeah, I mean, we're assuming that Bryce is going to pick up that other 2-point token at some point with something. Because if Jeff sends one of those soul players in to pick it up, it's just going to get murdered by something, and then
Exactly.
I'd be worried about the range of the soul flares into the Wiltfather on the flank at this point in time.
there's a forest in the way that they can't see.
Yeah, and then he also just threw an air elemental.
Oh
in
no,
there.
sorry. Aren't there soul flares on the right hand side as well?
There's just one, and I don't think they're at a good enough angle to see.
Not yet.
I think on Jeff's right side there, I think we've got 2 Scarecrow hordes. We've got all 3 of his Mind Screeches behind the leftmost one on the hill. I think there's a Soul Flayer regiment in between the 2 hordes, and the Horror Rift Weaver is behind the Soul Flayers. And then all the way over there on his extreme left, at the end of that purple Scarecrow horde, I think is one of the Butcher Flesh Rippers.
And the 4th regiment of soul flares
Are in front of them. Yep, next to the Banshee, and then the other Butcher Flesh Ripper is over by the L of the 2 walls.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out. Just watching the forces of nature fly away to the other flank.
Yep.
To be fair, even reconsidering that, I wouldn't be too concerned because they would go in, they'd be hitting on 4s because melee 3 goes to 4 and crushing 1. So it'd be 24 attacks on 4s and 5s. You're talking 4 wounds. Not the worst.
Yeah.
It's a lot. We're getting to see those units coming out of reserve.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like so much has happened in this game in my head, and we're on the bottom of turn 2.
Yeah. Bryce down to 39 minutes on his clock. Definitely with 2 maneuverable armies like this, you burn a lot of time in the first couple of rounds maneuvering them very carefully. You don't want to misplace anything and leave an opening for your opponent.
It just looks so busy too because everybody keeps throwing down proxy bases for what they could charge, things like that. And then obviously every turn he's just wind blast, lightning bolting everything. So his turns are awesome and very busy.
Yep. Walk up, pick up some tokens, check some angles, wind blast. Your turn.
I own all these models. I should just start running this list. I don't even need to win. I just want to wind blast people a bunch of times.
I feel like I just like you're watching your opponent be like, just let me do something. Let me move.
You're 100% making a move.
I just want to play scenario.
1 step forward, 2 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
I feel like I'd rage quit like bottom of turn 4. I'd be like, I'm done. Get me a beer. I'm done.
I cannot get out of my deployment zone. I've had enough of this.
Take the win. It's a waste of my time.
Yeah.
I might actually go here.
All right.
So
Yeah.
is over.
It's just funny, like even an air elemental like horde moving forward with 3 Mind Screeches, you could literally move them further back than they moved.
So your hand's not pointing which way you're going. You're not calling your shots. You're not.
No, it's
But this is actually really interesting because he's almost saying, I'm going to give up the center and the 2 left at this point in time. I'm concentrating on my left.
no, not mine.
And at some point in time, he's going to have to come back to the center.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know how long those Scarecrow hordes are really going to hold up after this.
Be able to shoot me.
Yeah.
One more turn.
He committed the Greater Air Elemental with the Wiltfather, I think, into the center. So, and that unit already has wounds on it, so that unit might pop this turn, and then he just turns to the right.
Yeah. Because that's 20 attacks.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, if he keeps the Greater Air Elemental next to Wiltfather and just burns him, he can't really be wind blasted away that turn.
Doesn't.
It's actually pretty gnarly.
Yep. And he's
I don't
moved
think
the
he's moved
Scorch
the
Wings and
Air
Air Elementals up onto the hill to threaten those 2 Soul Flayers that have been hanging back on the left.
Actually, what am I even talking about? Eschatron could just move over, enthrall him away, and then wind blast him.
Yeah.
Back up.
That's
Slide you
sad.
this way, then slide you that way.
Sad.
You two. Horrible life decisions. Round 1.
Like you're directing traffic.
Horrible life decisions, round 1.
All right, are we ready to start rolling dice?
Maybe.
Maybe. I think he's moved most everything. Let's listen in.
I think that's life.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right, so shooting. 7 shots. Here to here.
Okay. She can cover from the wall.
Yep,
So
cover and stealthy, right?
Scorch wings on a flesh ripper.
6s.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep, good. 3 hits. Wow, nice.
Wow.
Okay.
And defense 4.
5.
1.
1 wound.
All right.
Dash
and then
14, so they don't care.
Scorch wings. You are fucking average.
3, 6, 7. This one's shooting.
5. I like him better. You should bring him along next time.
Not friendly. All right. You're not what I want. You're probably gonna die, but
I've had that talk with my models many times.
I want the surge. I do kind of want the surge, I think. I'm gonna surge them instead of healing the Pegasus.
Okay.
Surge some elementals. Yeah.
Yeah, makes more sense, I think.
Nice surge.
We're going 1.
Roll conjure staff. Yeah.
Wow.
4 inches.
Nice.
I think that was the
Really
earth
limping that
elementals.
forward. It's kind of sad, you know?
Yeah.
I wish you'd have gotten all of them and jumped into the woods. That'd be fun.
You know, I'm good.
Damn.
All right. So let's see.
What do you want to fight first?
Let's go here first, actually. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, Will Father.
Will Father and
Into the
that
spider monkeys.
central
3s and 2s.
horde
roll
there.
1s.
All of them.
Okay. That has
And everything.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't need this stinking freaking. Yeah.
That would be 10.
10 wounds. Some at 17.
Air elemental.
17 on a dash 21, 22,
21.
Ouch.
21.
And
God.
2s.
6 more. It snakes twice.
And they're devastated.
6 eyes. That's not it.
Okay.
Jesus.
No snake
Okay.
eyes.
Let's see.
Now I'll call the Willed Father Daddy.
Yeah, because sometimes you're looking at it, it's like, well, it's
You
only
know,
10
that would be
attacks,
very
but when he
nice.
literally does all 10
When
wounds,
we
you're like,
find out.
okay.
I
all right,
stand corrected.
fine.
I try.
I kind of needed him to live another turn.
Yes,
Yes.
Jeff, you kind of needed that horde to live one more
I
turn.
know you didn't know that. I should have told you ahead of time.
I could have done something if you'd told me. All right.
He could have
so
held
let's
the
go ahead.
he could have held the air
I've got 18
elemental
dice
back, and
out.
the
We'll
Wolf
do
Father
the,
still would have killed him that turn.
Air elemental horde with strength.
Oh, Tree Raider, you're going to let them attack first?
Yep.
It's not nice.
Okay. So 3s
Oh, there you
was
go.
baller
That's beautiful.
and 2. No, not 2s. Huh? What's their defense? 4.
Their defense 3.
Oh, so 2.
Let's take. Yeah. Wait a minute. Which one has measured force?
The
Alma.
yeah. The crap
There we go.
All of a sudden, their defense was going up.
Wow.
That's just not nice.
Wow.
Okay, so we've got
Who blessed these dice?
14.
Okay.
It's the green lady.
14 wounds on 18 attacks? Okay.
9.
I need to know what
Why
kind
are
of-
forces
time
of
from the
nature so
tree.
good now?
This is 2s.
6 more.
6.
So 20. So snakes.
That's snakes twice.
Wow.
Oh, I saw.
Oh,
I would have took that.
yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure
I
you
need to
would
know what kind of animals
Um,
he's sacrificing for these dice rolls because I'm going to find them.
Let's
Yeah, I was like-
see.
Did he like sacrifice a goat? Like I don't know.
Oh,
He's from
hum,
Tennessee,
hum, ho.
so goat seems likely.
He's just out there whooping that ass. Meanwhile, I'm
So
putting-
what did you do here? You both them that way?
Working that way. Yeah, you're an arrow on the base, so that's because it's squiggly arm.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure I understood.
Let's turn their volume back down. So I believe that is going to be the end of turn
You need
2.
to face that way.
As soon as he decides how to reform these
Yeah,
guys.
that's right. Say.
I want to run away, but not that much.
Is he going to go forward the tree herder and stay with the air elementals?
Just screw it. Just go forward. They're just going to push you back anyway.
That's true.
Might as well run forward and spook them.
Forward.
I think I need to. Part of me is okay with forward. Part of me is okay with backwards. More of me is okay with backwards than forward. Man, that's
If you're not going to go forward, just stay where you are.
unfortunate.
Yeah, you can just stay where he is as long as they're not within charge range of the ones on the right. But
Sidestep, but if I go too far,
I think the only thing I might do is do Stream into the left to create some room, and then angle the air elementals
yeah, it's the arm that was
just a little.
now, if he wanted to just go back 1 inch with the air elementals, I think the Soul Flayer units can get both of them into the air elementals, and you don't really care if they get them into the tree herder, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You're just like, whatever. I think that would be his best move. They're sad defense 4 asses.
I'm gonna make a horrible life decision with this.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can support those.
This guy plays like me. This rules.
I'm gonna back up my tree.
I can go to
Oh,
man.
no. He's going to back up the tree. Oh, no.
What do you say he's doing?
Backing up the tree. No. Don't back up the tree.
He did say he was making horrible decisions, and I said I'd support him. So
He did it.
As far back as she can go, which will be touching these guys.
Yeah.
In line like that.
Oof. All right.
sure.
And
Well, he does play this army, so maybe he knows something we don't. We'll wait and see. But
Wouldn't be the first time that's happened to me, bud.
I was like tree forward, maybe air elementals back, but definitely not tree back. Ooh. All right.
My only thing is if he moved the tree too far forward, rolled a 5 or a 6, giving the flank with the other unit of Soul Flayers.
Right.
That would be my worry about that. So you just keep him where he is, and you're good to go.
Or moving so far forward that they can just fly and land behind you and double charge the elementals anyway.
That would also be a tragedy.
Why angle this way?
What?
Okay.
Your turn.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, top of turn 3. I don't know
Interesting
why.
strategy. Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah, I don't understand that reform at all.
gonna be
But
rad.
okay.
Right.
Is this all about to make sense in like
All right, let's see
one
what I
turn,
can do
or are
here.
we just gonna be like
There's gone.
question mark?
Scorch Wings have counter charge. Is that what I'm missing?
there's only one move at this point in time.
It's not.
As the person watching this,
They're not
refill the drink.
I drank all my beverages.
This coffee's kind of starting to kick in. I'm starting to feel normal. Still can't feel my finger, but
All right, well, she's going to
There's
charge
nothing
that.
there.
Oh no! So through the wall, right? So she's hindered. She loses 2 charge.
Rider.
She's hindered. She loses.
She's got long legs, man.
Look, she's hindered.
Hey, she listens to ZZ Top. You should understand.
good
Look,
God.
you can make your own rules up. I should do it.
No, that's my job. Oh, sorry, Mike.
Good God.
She's got long legs.
Bob here is dropping this under his place,
Okay, that's what he did. All right, cool.
Okay.
nimbling his butt over.
Okay. So then the scarecrows will just step sideways and pick it up, or turn a little to pick it up.
They will reform or
Shock. And pick it up.
and pick it up.
Never.
Didn't see that coming,
No,
did you?
not in a million years. This bird is facing the wrong
Strategies.
This is inconvenient.
That was the plan.
What are you gonna do?
Wolffather looking at the flank of my
Out.
board is inconvenient.
And wind blasted.
Said bird.
Yeah, he's got an air elemental behind him, so he can't just wind blast.
He's
the
going to
little
have to
daddy
use
back.
Sinistra to enthrall the one of them away. If he
Yeah.
wants to, which is very, very possible with Enthrall 7 because she didn't have enough special rules.
There. Take your wound like a badge of courage.
okay. Well,
I would
then,
like to play this man.
which one?
Yes.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yes.
I like the
No, I'm
What's your
fine.
flesh
I'm gonna
rippers
drop
getting
the token
into
where
the
it
having
is.
inspired territory?
Just,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, so for those of you who have not had the pleasure of going to the U.S. Masters before, who are watching, I would say this is fairly typical for the vibe at
As
a
long as I
Masters
don't give you a
table,
fight,
even
I will
towards
be
the
fine.
top.
Yeah, you're good.
It is somehow paradoxically the most competitive room and somehow the most laid back and friendly room to play in the country. Everybody that's there like knows what they're doing and has a good attitude about everything, and generally just has a great time.
I've seen less disputes even about rules or how to do things or like weird little questions like at Masters than I have at most tournaments.
Than pretty much anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
Almost everybody there goes to a lot of tournaments, obviously, to be able to get the scores needed to go anyway. So you have to just figure they're also comfortable in this environment.
Yeah. Or run tournaments.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because they're like leaders in their little community areas.
Sure. 13 or dash 13?
It's a great time.
It really is. Highly recommended for anyone who
Very,
can
very
make it.
I'm gonna try and get there.
Well, if you don't qualify, also their best of the rest tournaments usually run in parallel to Masters. Even if you can't qualify for Masters, you can still be in the room and hang out and play some games and be part of the whole thing
That's what I'll
if it's
do.
close enough to go. Yeah.
Get shut out, turn 3, rip my shirt off, go start yelling at people while they're playing their games.
Yeah. So I can't even see him.
No. That's why I usually hide him behind a first ripper. 3 versus
Yeah.
2.
I believe it. I believe it.
It doesn't seem feigned. It seems like it's just natural. It's not like
Yeah, this is just how these guys are. Yeah.
When I'm getting shot
Love it.
at with electric, a lot of lightning. Yeah,
That's
I play
wonderful.
all the time. So I put the flesh ripper in front, defense 5, so they're winning on force, but he did spell word. So
But as I called it, 30 minutes left
Yeah.
for Forces of Nature.
Yep. Going into round 3. Yep.
Going into round 3.
Right, the dogs.
That's normal for any list with a ton of flying models. You have to put so much thought into maneuvering and positioning. You just burn so much clock.
Because even there, I think the Scorch Rings at the bottom may have a flank into the Scarecrows. The way that he's just moved it. Like, there are just so many things to think about when you're playing a nimble flying army.
But like I said too, like just the horrible dimension added on top of that of everything that can surge into you as flying all the air elementals. It's just like,
Right. They're fast maneuverable and they cheat by having 2 movement phases.
I just-
Son of a bitch.
the first time I played against them, it was bad.
Anywhere near the tree.
I didn't even move out of my deployment zone until like turn 3, 4.
Nowhere in my.
I was like, I don't know where to go. I'm just scared.
No.
I think we've seen the build for Forces of Nature change substantially over the last 2 years. Where 2 years ago, it was all about the lightning bolt spam for Forces of Nature. And this one is the air elemental spam. And I'd much sooner play against this one, to be honest.
Yeah. Also, the formation's so good. We got it. Some of the formations you're kind of like, but this one was just solid as hell.
That was an accident.
Well, it does give them brutal and regen, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the regens just annoys the hell out of me. It's just like trying to lightning bolt them to death over 3 turns becomes so much harder to do.
Not much I can do about it, I don't think. But we'll see.
And the greater air elementals picked up a little buff in the last copy.
Did they get Thunder 1? Is that what they gained?
I think they got a couple more attacks.
Crushing 1 and additional attacks.
Oh, yeah, no, that's solid.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm looking at the Nighstalkers formation. The fuck
I
is
really want to take a wound from the damn wolf father, but that's,
They have enough toys already. They don't need a formation.
Like no judge.
I can have dreams, Mike, okay? I can have dreams.
Mark, I don't know what you're complaining about. I play Trident Realm. Our formation is absolutely acceptable.
Your formation's great. My best friend plays Trident Realms, and
but I feel like I can hit it. What do you think?
it's a lot.
Now the question is, do I want to?
All fool all the time.
What are they trying to get
All the
into
time.
here?
Alright, so this one's going to jump on the
He's trying to get to the Scorch Wings.
Yep.
Oh,
So I'm going to
Yep.
put the
Barely
stand
not
here
corner
because
to
you're
corner.
gonna grab my PP and stuff, and I don't like you like that.
You say about driving a PP into something?
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but maybe we don't
Oh, this
need
is
to
this is
figure it
what we
out.
need in the morning.
Yeah, if he can fit, he can fit.
Oh,
Which
if
is
it fits,
why
it sits. It's like a cat.
just did not like that reform, dude. Didn't like you turning them. Didn't like you moving them. What did you do? And here we are.
Oh boy.
Is that you're height 6.
So we will see what happens
Which
there.
means I can see you.
Yep.
And he's height 5, yes?
Yes.
And I believe I can see him.
You're just gonna try and
Wind
And
blast.
throw.
it would only be in thrall, I think. for
I
this.
know, but I just
Yeah.
love the wind
I'm
blast.
in his.
but that's an individual. Like, they could
think.
pivot them a bit more if they
I'm
really
in his
want.
front. So we will wind blast the greater.
Oh,
Oh,
5.
So is that the Banshee then?
Take
might be the
you
Banshee.
beast. No wounds. And we will wind blast. I'm going to. What am I going to do with that?
Oh, unless it's going from the Mind Screeches.
I'm actually not going to enthrall them. I don't want to bring them. Maybe I do.
Fancy could have wind blast
I'm gonna
the
call your,
greater air elemental
monsters.
out of the way and then wind blast the wilt father back.
Maybe 2
Right.
hits.
Yeah, that's what we were.
So 2 inches this direction, and 1 wound.
I mean, I guess
I'm
in
just
the
gonna
end,
nickel and dime you all day.
he's just gonna hit
I'm okay with that.
scarecrows.
Maximum minimum radiance.
Yeah.
Wind blast 5 on your earth elementals.
Nice,
There you go.
classics.
Yeah.
Feel weirded out that those are the Earth elementals from the top, but
What they do to you? I don't know, but everybody's like scared. There's rocks that are moving. Oh my god! What's
He
this?
just got a. He just
I don't want you
succeeded.
doing any surge shenanigans.
He just did Wind Blast 5 with his Wind Blast 5.
Jeez. All right. Well, that
God,
happens.
it's,
All right, that's that. 6.
Clearly, it wants that 2-point
I
token.
think I'm still within 24. Yes, 24. Okay. So I'm going to fire 6 lightning bolt at your Pegasus.
Your
This
sweet
will probably
Pegasus.
be it for that poor
They hit you
peg.
3 times.
Okay.
3s again. 1 wound. That's 7. You're 11, 13.
10, 12.
10,
10,
12.
12.
10, 12, yeah.
The scared little boy.
I really need to kill that those scorch rings there. So lightning bolt 12.
Oh,
The other 2.
Okay.
Probably with cover.
6 hits.
Is it cover or no cover?
Should be. I'm
Yeah.
height 5. Height 3.
Yeah. They're only a
Yeah,
little
more
in,
than that?
they're only a little in the terrain. Yeah.
I was thinking of the train. I forgot about that.
No, you're good.
Fuck. And we're going to. You're defense 3?
Defense 4.
Defense 4. So 5 wounds.
That's pretty good.
nice.
They're 11, 13, so he'll need an 8.
So nerve checks on your air elemental 4.
Can't do anything.
Can't do anything. Didn't do a wound. Your Pegasus
Your sweet
9
Pegasus.
and a 4. Wavered again, right? 11. He's like, I don't know why they this. I fly near the clouds. They get electrocuted. I'm useless. Scorch rings.
They're like the wet bandits.
9.
Full blown.
No, I think
Down,
they're not.
getting up.
So they're dead.
They're dead. All right.
But you got the scorch wings.
So, Wailing Shadow is going to hit attacks 5 times.
Okay.
She's going to hit twice.
Okay.
So this is Shakira off
And
camera
twice.
beating up on some scorch wings, I think.
Dread puts her to 3. And 6 and 3 is 9. That's not good enough. But they're grounded.
They are grounded.
That's really what mattered at this moment.
True.
Yeah.
Because I have flanks that are exposed, and that's evil. I'm going to do this one.
Yeah, they're not this nature.
I'm not going to kill them unless I just. There's no.
You have to
Oh,
go
the
manimal.
trees. Huh?
You have to go manimal.
Or
Yeah, I forgot the trees. I was checking this fire, and I forgot the tree inspired.
oh yeah.
So,
I mean, you can damage him and
well, it's okay. So that means they're going to be stuck where he's trying to reform anyway. So,
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and do the scorched rings first. Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit late for buyer's remorse on that charge when you're
And 2.
halfway through doing combat.
Oh, that's 9. Okay.
There you go.
9 and 7, dead. And 9 and
Scorch
7.
wings suck it.
Yeah.
why are you killing my scorch rings, man?
They're mean. Now use your calf. Oh yeah, this is a great idea. Give the earth elementals a point.
Step sideways.
Earth
Well,
elementals.
You know, at
do
least the
work.
earth
Leave them
elemental
out of
is
this.
10 inches this turn.
Actually.
Yeah, right.
All right. I think my center point lets me line up with this unit. Ah, shit, that's weird. I hate that it's.
Not sure about that.
No, I overlap this one too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I'm
like,
gonna be overlapping about 5 millimeters. It sucks.
Yeah, you're too long for that.
I honestly think I have to leave them there.
Yeah. Or
So, I
step
mean, that's
sideways.
double front? So
Yeah, I mean, well, if I push forward, well, he doesn't surge, so
he can't surge, but he can surge somebody else. So I mean, I'm going to be able to get a flank or whatever on him.
I don't
regardless.
think that there's a flank here.
Oh yeah, need to flank.
I guess there is actually.
So Soul Flayer's at 13-15,
Oh,
so
so you just did it just enough.
15,
Right.
15 even with measured
So
force, their
there's not a
defense
flank.
4 to begin with.
And
So
yes, if you push forward,
Yeah.
do your angle,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm talking about. But you know, that's
I'm gonna make
Double
you
charge for the win.
All right. 12 attacks on your wind elementals there, and this is a lot less impressive.
is it less impressive?
Deuce.
wind elementals. Has anybody
7 wounds.
has anybody made air elementals and instead of putting like actual air elemental models on the base,
they're an 18
just
or
put like a little
17.
wind farm?
17. 17.
That'd be awesome.
10. No.
Okay.
Oh, I already did that. It's your turn.
He had 7 wounds though.
You did.
Or was there wounds on that already?
I don't
This
think
is
so.
I
gonna be
just
ugly.
said 7.
Yeah, he's at
I mean,
7.
they hit on 3s, wound on 2s. So
Yeah, no, it's just like, yeah, not bad.
yeah,
So had he put both of them in, he probably would have picked up the air elementals.
I think I would have rather picked up the air elementals and just let Scorch Wings exist because they look like victims this game so far. In regiments anyway, and
Angled
outwards.
those wrong. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
sad. I think I did.
That's going to bring us to the bottom of turn 3. Back over to Bryce. Currently, Bryce is holding 1 token. Jeff is holding 2 tokens worth 2 points and 1 point. So it's right now 3-1.
Yeah,
The 2 point token is to the left of that central forest, and there's a 1 point token to the right.
Put that booty out there.
Oh,
So-
well, Father's going in.
That's there.
Weirdly, with those air elementals still being there, that he only charged with the 1 unit,
You can do it.
you might pick up both those soul
Out there, give me a
player units this turn and win his
I'll
side
bring
of the board.
everybody in the kitchen
Just
sink.
won his basically.
Yep.
And now we're doing that turn to the middle.
Turn to the middle and fight. Yep.
Oh yeah, and by that I mean turn to the middle and get him blasted 25
Whatever
times.
ball over there is just gonna continue to move.
If you can get into combat,
Yeah,
they can't win, but you're just
Wait
like
for it.
clutching onto scarecrows, trying to not get blown away.
Well,
What to do here?
But we don't know yet. That Pegasus could be coming back. He could be the hero we didn't know we needed.
Okay. So I'm gonna
When he
hit a
finally stops being wavered.
air elemental.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Pegasus Man.
I mean, he just drew fire for a bunch, so, you know.
Oh, it's great.
True.
Drawing a bunch of lightning bolts off the Mind
Yeah.
Scrapes. It's wonderful.
Wait.
It's turn 3. He's still alive.
Things like 80 points, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Super cheap.
And
It is interesting to me how many scenarios in Kings of War basically turn into dominate by the end.
Yeah, effectively.
no, yeah.
Push
I
pretty
love
much
dominate.
turns into dominate. Loot pretty much turns into dominate. Plunder pretty much turns into dominate.
So this is a problem. Well, they might be able to
30
do it.
minutes and 27 minutes on their clocks now. The bottom of turn 3.
Yeah, but they are cleaning up though. There's stuff that has died all over the place.
There's some death.
Yeah.
Yep, they are fully engaged now.
Does Wilt Father go in against the Scarecrows and do a massive 5 wounds by Cloak of Death? That's what I want to see.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm actually here for.
Down a lot, so
And then gets flanked by those soul flares.
It's my favorite. I love it.
They can take
I don't
flank.
know. I've just been like touched by the Wildfather too many times. I just get sad whenever I see him. It's like I don't can't do it.
7.
Maybe it's because I've been fighting him with legions of zombies.
5 up, right?
It's more depressing that way.
They'll go up 2.
I did manage to kill a Wildfather with a regiment of zombies once.
She is.
That was a good day.
That ain't my zombies, bud.
That was, well, was super lucky.
Was Wilt Father wounded before you did that? Or
He had been flanked by a Gorblight the turn before, and the zombies
Yeah.
powered through
Ah,
one wound.
there's the rest of the story.
And then I rolled like a 10 and an 11 for the nerve checks, but I still celebrated the hell out of that.
Oh yeah, no. Your zombies are whooping Wildfather's ass. My zombies are calling him daddy. It's different.
Okay.
We've come full circle.
Right. We are not the same.
Yeah, I guess those soul flares are gonna die a horrible peasant's death. Rough.
Is this where the double ones of the game comes in, though?
Oh my god. Don't say it out loud.
but
I
even
think
if even if they
I think
do
those
it,
Earth Elementals are just over that 2 point token, though, so Bryce could pick them up, pick that up there in the middle, and make it officially
That's a good
3
start.
to 3, fighting over the middle.
No, I was just checking
He's-
the flank on that just to make
And
sure
they're all
that
healed up,
you
right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for them.
because even if they get flanked at this point, so what? You'd be hindered 4s and 5s. Like,
Yeah, if they're hindered, 4s and 5, yeah, that's not going to do it.
Okay. So I'm going to charge here.
Do it.
Yeah,
Yes.
as long as his wizard with the heal 6 is around,
So 4 cadet.
he's going to be
Yep, I'll do it.
stellar on that side of the table. He's just going to get wind blasted a lot.
Give all the flanks. Give all the flanks.
And
Taking a quick glance around, it doesn't look like any other matches are done yet, which makes sense because we're only halfway through the round time.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't see me in the beginning of the turn, right?
that doesn't matter.
If they were, I'd be like, oh god.
Yeah.
Somebody drank a little too much
Yeah, I mean,
and is
Somebody's
not
getting it.
functioning
You
well.
see 'em, and you're in the front.
Some
I
people
guess
function
that's
better
what
like that.
Some people function better like that. Some people have practiced at it.
I'm going to hit them.
That's
I
unfortunate.
was
I didn't see that coming.
so hungover at best of the rest on day 1 against Jake Cherapika. And he was like, Ashley,
So there's that.
you're about to give up a rear charge to my horde. Maybe we shouldn't do that. And I was like, you're probably right. And then I looked up, I was like, oh, look, food, and just like left.
Well, that's how you got to do it.
Walker,
Yeah.
Walker.
I came back with like a plate of muffins and was like, I have help.
Yeah, I think
It was also Jake going, I don't really want to roll 75 dice. So-
Probably.
Yeah. Like, did you see Alex
was-
Chavez, day 2 of Mountaineer GT, running away to go throw up in the bathroom and come back and keep playing through his turns?
Yep,
It's rad.
easy.
I was proud of him.
That is not the first time Alex has done that at a tournament.
Yeah, day 2 at GTs are rough, man. You ever get to that point where you have to go crawl to the bathroom and you can't see and you have to pour water over your eyes so you can open them?
And 5.
Good times.
See, I did it worse because I did it on the first night, so it was day 1.
That's what being in your 30s is all about. Just
Yeah, as
worse.
Yeah, your
As-
30s.
As the TO, when I'm doing the morning announcements on both days, I tend to make a point of pointing out where the nearest exit is for people who want to step outside to smoke or whatever.
Or whatever. That's important. That's an important distinction. I fall into that category a lot.
And what are they rolling right now? Which
Yeah,
is
sorry.
combat?
Let's turn up the volume so we can catch back
Oh,
up
sorry,
on
it's
what's
just like,
happening with
which
the
one are we
game.
doing?
Sorry.
7 conversion. Looks like 7.
Oh, Will's father. Well, daddy. My
Yep,
bad.
you can see the cloak of death went off and put a wound
they're
on
fearless,
all
right?
3 of those mind screeches in the back there.
So it doesn't matter. Can't do anything to them. Let's go there. Yep.
He has put a greater air elemental into the scorch wings that would threaten the flank of the Wolf Father.
The Soul Players.
3s.
Soul Flare, sorry. Yeah.
That should actually.
And defense 4. So 2s. 4 and brutal.
Greater Earth
So
Elemental.
you need a 10 twice. Oh, that, yeah.
Oh,
Don't do that again.
Do it.
But I'm wavered. Oh.
Yep, there he goes. He's still alive. That's going to be glorious.
Waivers of Soul Flares, yeah.
I can't tell you how many times a day these things are wavered. It's really, everybody says they're so good, and they actually are good, but they waver a lot.
Did they get? He just did 4, right?
Huh?
Better than
He
being
did
dead.
4. Did they take the one from Cloak of Death?
Oh, I didn't know they were in 6. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, that kills them.
Ooh.
Oh.
Spicy.
I needed a 10 twice, so a 12 and I think a 10 twice is the old number.
Yeah.
Um,
Nope, you're right.
So that will pick him
I didn't
up.
know it was in 6. Sorry about that.
no, it's fine. I was
I'm
happened to. I was
very
looking
glad
at it
that they
like,
caught that now. That's the sort of thing that
Well,
sucks.
that's
2 turns later, you're like,
yeah,
wait
but
a second.
I like that because 1, your unit got removed, but 2, I'm inspired, so I'm okay with that.
Slide left or back?
Oh, well, you were in there, so that is a problem actually, because that means that.
Yes, Joe, I believe that Alex also threw up the ACO.
So if I back up. If I back up an inch, I should be within 6. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll back up
Trying to back up his air elemental so it's inspired for when
2 inches.
those other Soul Flayers or the Horror Rift Weaver or the Butcher
Puts me-
Flesh Ripper
Just within 6.
or all 3 or so. Well, probably not all 3 because they're all on.
Well, that was
50s.
inconvenient. I didn't see that coming. I thought maybe they would. Well, you rolled a 12 and a freaking 10 or 9.
9. But I did whiff on my hits too. But still, it didn't matter. It was good.
So is that probably a
It was lucky. I really was just trying to avoid the 20.
Well, I'll be honest. There's very few things in my army that can hurt you, and those are some of them. So I have to be careful with them.
Oh, those might be nasty. All right, so let's go over here. Air elementals with strength.
Yep, whooping that ass.
3s and 3s, right?
Yep.
Strength because you have no. Yeah, 3s and 3s. That's a good hit.
18 attacks on 3s.
One above average.
There you go.
And
Chop that wood.
10.
10 wounds. Soul flares are 13, 15.
So 5 twice.
5 twice.
There's one.
cocked.
All right, there you go.
And that picks them up. All right.
Well, I knew they were dead, so it's okay.
I am too close to. I'm going to move forward. Yep.
Sure.
Makes sense. 4 inches. Can you move it forward?
Yeah, sure.
It's got his own. Yeah,
All right. Came measured force air miles, 3s and 4s.
his own tree herder behind him, and there wasn't really space for him to turn.
Yeah.
So he had to
No,
walk
he doesn't
forward.
prayer for these guys either.
This should
Maybe.
this
5?
should go poorly.
5.
Yeah, but they won't survive this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crushed one's going to help. And then 4s and 3s.
Earth elementals
Maybe
only
they
have
will.
4s.
Nah, it's still a lot.
Yeah.
He was lucky to pick up that one
It's like
regiment.
average.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, it's a double charge. I'm supposed to die. I get
That's
it.
true. That's true. That's true. 3s.
4 more. So what, 9,
Yep. Plus brutal.
10.
So-
So 5 twice.
5 twice again. Yeah.
6.
I'm channeling chaos.
10.
5 twice.
And is it you can pick up a token at the end of a phase?
Yeah. You, I didn't have that, but just on the end of your motion, you can pick it up.
Okay. Yeah. So
Since you're actually on it, they can pick it.
I do. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, pick it up. No more wind blast.
Yeah.
Start.
so they're
Start
going to pick that up.
towards that center,
These
baby.
guys are gonna
Yep. Yep.
toss it that way. So parallel.
Thanks for reminding us, Ray. Once you're holding a token, you can't be surged
It
or wind
doesn't matter. I
blasted
can't chase them
Or
anyway.
enthralled.
or enthralled.
Okay.
They're just too heavy. The loot is so heavy.
So heavy.
You're
You
just
can't
like,
do anything to it.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I'm.
yeah,
I'm
the
thinking
loot's
of-
what
no,
made the
just like-
ogres too
hold on.
heavy to push around.
Yeah. Sorry.
Exciting update. I can close my fist fully now and feel my finger.
5, 6, 7, 8,
Good.
9,
That was
10.
Oh, sorry. We still have an elemental fighting
Threes.
Shakira.
What is her defense?
That was important to me.
Okay, so 3s and 2s. 6 hits.
A lot of ones.
Oh, 'cause this is a
4
banshee.
ones.
Ugh,
2
only
wounds.
2 wounds.
So 3 up to 3.
Oh, she.
So-
She's a dash 13, I think.
Yeah, she is.
So
Okay,
10.
I'll roll this and we'll see. That's 10. And I think you're
Ooh.
outside 12.
That will pick her up.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's big.
it's spicy.
And reposition that way. All right.
I'm pretty sure it's a
That's
13, but I
tough.
want to know now.
Shakira is the
Dash
13.
12, so you would have had me anyway.
Oh, that's the Banshee. Yeah, so that's only
No,
dash
oh,
12.
Thank you for that.
Okay, at least it was the banshee. I was
Should've
like,
let you forget.
poor Shakira.
Oh, Banshee has enthrall also, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's both.
Not that I didn't see it coming.
All right, so that'll bring us to top of 4. So now it is still all about who can get to that middle token, but now there is a Wiltfather and a greater air elemental in between what remains of Jeff's army and that middle token that he needs to win. So
This air
let's see if he
elemental
can.
might not make it.
Might not make it, but might keep him from sneaking in behind the Wilt Dead and get the token before.
Is that unit of soul flares in its flank? I can't see because he's got the outstretched arm.
It might be if it's in arc.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
They'll have to put some laser pointers on that to see.
That'd be amazing.
Even inspired, I think.
Dash 19,
Dash 18.
defense 4, yes?
Defense 4.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. That greater air elemental.
Love it.
Cav's going to hurt me.
Just coming in from the side
Oh, that-
and like tackling the water boy.
Right.
Yeah.
So Shakira is still back there. She could come out and certainly put a good 3 wounds on the elemental in a combo charge
Okay.
with some soul flares.
Counter.
But there's also a scorch ring at the bottom as well that he hasn't taken off.
Oh, is there still one left? Okay.
Because he only wavered it last turn.
I don't think I can.
Right.
I never left. I was here all along.
No
You
worries.
imagined it.
I think
Ashley,
it
did you
was,
refill your coffee?
No, no, I had to make another pot, but my laptop was like, "You have 30 minutes remaining," and I was like, "I'm gonna go now."
Yeah.
Like if I don't grab
So-
the charger now, it'll happen in like the most critical battle, and I'll probably die. So,
I guess at this point the Mind Screeches could just go take that Scorchwing unit off because everything else is kind of blocked off. Unless, well, there's the Greater Air Elemental up there.
All right.
Yeah. So I guess one
Defense 4,
one
so-
super cheeky thing he could do is fly one of those Mind Screeches, hop over the Wilt Daddy, pick up that token, and be and have the woods between him and all the rest of Bryce's army.
Do Mind Screeches fly?
I think so, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Like,
they do. Yeah, they have Flying Nimble.
They fly what?
okay,
six,
so they
seven?
have all the
Six.
rolls.
Yeah, they do.
Speed 6. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just they just make shit up.
So
It's
you
fine.
could
They have
pop over and
They have Pathfinder too. Why?
So-
Not really sure, but rad.
so long as you can get out of line of sight of that back that sort of top left Greater Air Elemental, you could probably pick it up and then just try to woo off the table with it.
The only thing that sucks for that is I don't think that Greater Air Elemental has a token, so it can just move, turn, and surge, right?
Oh yeah, true.
Like the rad bastard that it is.
Yeah. Well, that's assuming he doesn't throw everything else into it to kill
True.
it.
Yeah, and then also with the Earth Elementals, I guess he could drop the one loot token, move into the woods, and surge. And
Good.
And then
Or the air elementals could move and surge.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he did that though, I'd probably want to do the Greater Earth because they have Pathfinder though. Do the Air Elementals have Pathfinder? They have to.
Yeah. Everything on that list got Pathfinder.
It's actually just gonna be a charge from the front. That's what I talked it through.
Forces of nature. What terrain?
Like, if you're gonna push it over,
Half our army is terrain.
the horror rift
yeah, it's like it would be very awkward if you're like, yes, this horde of trees is hindered by more trees.
Right. This pile of rocks has trouble getting over a wall that is itself a pile of rocks.
Oh, I mean, but in that sense, if you want, like, I've tripped over myself.
Right.
Yeah,
It does
Mark,
happen.
you're not a unit in Kings of War.
Tough to look cool after that.
I
Not
wanna
with
see
that
those
attitude, Ashley. Not with that attitude.
Mark, I want to see those rolling stones because the earth elementals don't have Strider, so they will be
It's
impacted.
true. Oh, it's the Greater Earth Elemental that has Strider, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's because he's big enough to get over the.
That's the Titan boy, right? There's like two of them, two different ones that are Titans.
Yeah.
Is it like that in the Water Elemental, or is that guy still a monster?
I think that guy's still a monster.
Maybe I'm thinking of the Obsidian one from Abyssal Dwarves.
Could be.
Big rock boys, looking like that giant thing in Galaxy Quest.
Yep. That would be a fun way to model it, though, to model Earth Elementals like tripping over walls.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you meant like modeling on like the one from Galaxy Quest and put like Tim Allen on the base.
That would be good too.
If you don't get that reference because you haven't seen Galaxy Quest, grow up, be an adult, go watch it.
Shame on you. It's
Throwing it out there, I'm trying
it's
to
a
help.
parody
everybody.
it's a parody of Star Trek movies that is easily in the top 3 Star Trek movies.
There's going to be a lot of movie references I'm going to throw out in the next few hours. And if you don't know what any of them are, I'm doing this to help you, not because you want it, because you need it.
Right. It's
I
it's
know all of them.
You're going to be fine.
it's like Shaun of the Dead, parody of a zombie movie that is actually probably like a top 5 zombie movie.
Oh, it's
It
beautiful.
is. That is a good movie. Yeah.
That was actually a really strong movie.
Over there, so that solves that problem. Let's do.
Actually, going back to the game, I'm surprised we haven't seen a very solid 10-inch shambling flank charge at this point in time.
Yeah, honestly, it's
I think they've also been prepping for it. Like I think they're watching for that.
Jeez, and he put one of the Mind Screeches into the side of the Greater Air Elemental as well.
Oh, that's right. The other guy.
Yeah, it's the Mantic one. So he doesn't regen. So that is going to hurt every ounce of it.
All right. I have no other shooting because that's what that is.
all right.
I
So
guess
did
can-
lightning bolt.
you're 17. A 12 will do it.
Stash 18.
Oh, sad face.
So
You did
I
tell
like-
me that with that
I
one.
like
just
how
didn't-
hopeful he said that. 12 will do it.
The lessers and greaters, just the one difference.
Yeah. So we're in combat. Let's do 30 attacks on the Wilt Father.
I don't like it.
5s and 6s.
You won't like it a lot more if I can free up that damn arrow elemental.
Damn.
Wow. Okay.
Getting catty here in turn 4.
I like it.
Can they wound the Wildfather? Oh, that's
They
pretty.
stay angry.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's
They're
pretty good.
just not hungry. 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Wow.
Really good.
Can't do shit to him.
Nope.
Dread puts you at 5, and you're a 19.
Dash 19.
Okay. All right. So I really don't want to do this. So let's do the 10 attacks from the Screech because he needs to get his. He's got his glove in. Oh my God, he was all not prepared for that.
Wow,
No wounds.
that feels bad.
Thanks for showing up. Should have just stayed back in lightning bolt
Or
or
we
something.
was gonna do better.
Stick to your
Hard-
strengths, buddy.
I think he's a better option to go in.
Horror Weaver will almost certainly be better.
Let's do the Flesh Ripper.
Okay.
3 hits, 3 wounds.
Okay. No, good.
The rips are 7 attacks.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Ugh.
Man.
I don't know that it was a good choice.
Greater Air is dash 18.
3s.
Oh shit, Mesa Crushing.
You wounded all 3 of.
Oh, I did. Yep.
Yeah,
Thank
with
you.
all
You're the
three
only one that
hits.
did the 3 wounds. I was checking that beforehand.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure you didn't lose it. So 2 more.
5. Yep.
Defense 4.
Defense 4.
Yeah.
That's crush 1. So yeah, 2 more.
Yep.
Sorry, math.
You're good.
All right, let's see.
12 attacks from
There they are.
3s and
four
2s.
players.
Yep. They need to do some work here.
Really, dude.
That feels
7.
good.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Do have Dread. That puts you at 8. There's
You just did 7. I'm at.
Huh?
I'm at 12,
12.
plus 1.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, so 13
and they're 18, so 5.
roll
Yeah, that doesn't.
and 10.
That should do it.
Yes.
Mentally, I only did the 5 points, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah, that's
Forgot about the Soul Flayers. Whoops.
that's the thing is the Horror Rift Weavers are just so versatile as long as they can get in.
Yeah.
I need to put some more thought into the
so
Flesh Rivers.
ooh, interesting.
Willfather's starting to look friendly
didn't
up there.
ground the Pegasus this turn.
You didn't.
Hmm.
He's coming back, baby.
Oh, this Pegasus, man. He's going to do some work somewhere.
Went
Peg
off
Daddy.
screen. That's how
The
Peg Daddy is going to swoop in and grab that last token and just
How
run
you
away
do
with it.
I think we should consider what you just said as Peg Daddy, and I'm just going to ride that one.
Peg Daddy.
I was going to say the
Now we gotta
Pegasus,
make shirts.
Pegasus was going to ride to the rescue of Galactica.
There you go.
Yeah, rename it Nightmare. Nice. D&D.
Want to make sure it's front.
yeah,
Yeah, all good.
All right.
Wildfather, can it be Surge?
I don't think
Oh,
Willfather's shambling.
No. Okay.
no, not shambling.
You won't be perfectly lined up with the.
I don't
Rift
think
Weaver.
our
oh yeah, you're right. Thank you.
I don't think any hero choices have shambling.
I know they all look 50 mil.
That's rough. I mean,
So the Rift Weaver is going to turn this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's going to go forward. I'm hoping an inch. 3.
hell yeah.
I would take that bet. So go forward an inch. All right.
Nice.
I guess I could put that model there.
That's still interesting because he still has the greater air elemental and the unit who can just hurdle across the board and get back into this immediately.
Or not, I guess.
You just built that weird monster character
That's
configuration.
not
Right?
really that convenient. All right.
Form Voltron.
5 attacks on
Short
Yeah.
wings.
It's going to be Shakira on the Scorch
She's
Wings off the
angry?
table.
Oh, there she is.
3. Put them up to 5.
plus Dread 6 plus a lot. 10.
Did.
You're a hero.
All right. There goes the last
There we
Scorch
go.
You
Wing.
just turn her around facing this way some more.
This way?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't-
Psychologically, it matters.
No, I get it. It's the threat. The threat.
It's your turn.
All right.
All right.
I wonder if Father and the Greater Earth Elemental can pop that board this turn.
Oh,
On the
absolutely.
floor.
Yeah.
I will be right back.
And I think if you put those two in, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements with the Cloak of Death.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The question is, what do you do for the center token? Do the Earth Elementals drop it, move forward 5, and you surge them onto the...
That would be probably the easiest move since they're defense 6, and you can use the Air Elementals to start charging. That little second unit of Air Elementals could go pick up the token for now, or honestly, the Tree Herder, just pick it up, right? You can still cast spells when you have a token on you.
Yeah.
And he's only speed 6, so he wasn't going anywhere anytime soon anyway.
I'm gonna take my crippled Pegasus.
Why not?
Into these guys.
Use him as a backup. Just start moving him 6 or 5. Pegasus
to the rescue!
Or as Mike would call him, Peg Daddy, to make us
Peg Daddy.
uncomfortable.
Yep. Peg Daddy just doing the frontal. Yeah, that does sound really bad no matter what way you slice it.
No matter how you put it, it's just going to be bad.
Yep. But this is where we are. So
this is where
it's already out there.
It's already there.
We can't change it anymore.
It's very early in the morning. This is what's happening.
Key question: who do the Air Elementals charge? Do you charge the Mind Screech to get it off? Do you charge the Flesh Ripper?
Like I said, with him forming Voltron there effectively, and how he just like moved all those things, like it's just there's no great target right there. But actually, it doesn't really matter in the end anyway, because he got the Pegasus into the Soul Flares, which would have been a counter punch, and now they can't do that.
But you can take off the Mind Screech, or you can take off the Flesh Ripper. Which one do you take?
Probably a Flesh Ripper, just because it's damage output, and I mean the Mind Screech has its Lightning Bolt, but
remember she's at the base. Yeah.
If he starts taking away his combat ability, he can start working on that middle there. Because Mind Screech is eventually, depending on what gets the tokens against like defense 6, they're not popping those with Lightning Bolt unless he gets really lucky with 5s to wound.
Yeah.
And if he gets that token, he can start just moving back into that forest, so he'll have cover, which is rad. But we'll see. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I can't see where she is, but I have to imagine Esanitra comes back into this game next turn, charging into something just to do some wounds and be dread.
So I don't think in the Mid-Atlantic forces of nature are popular.
No,
they're full of hatred and wonder. Yeah, they're here.
You didn't see more than 1 or 2 of them, I think, at Vanguard, but at the other events.
I think there was 2 or 3 at Mountaineer, but they did very well. So you just saw them at the top tables, and you were like, yeah, Air Elementals.
And Dan Leutch up in Pennsylvania was playing them actually before they were cool last year, and did really well with them.
Okay.
He was giving people fits with Air Elementals before they got buffed.
Yeah, so pretty gnarly. And one of my friends, I have the one friend who plays the Trident Realms, and my other friend who plays Forces of Nature, so I see them often, and Air Elementals are rad.
So Bryce is on 13 minutes in the bottom of turn 4.
Getting there. Oh boy.
The game is...
All right, so he's just trying to move Air Elementals back into the game.
Yep,
for him.
Get everything over there. Crowd him off of the middle token, pick it up.
All right, so he kept the token on the Earth Elementals, so I guess he's just gonna just slock his ass there.
Well, he doesn't want to be wind blasted again.
Yep.
He said it again. Yep, he could. That feels like shit. Yeah, no. This is gonna be a lot better if he pops that horde.
It comes up wash eventually. So it looks like 6.
Okay, I'm at 7.
Yep. At 7.
So dash 14, so you need 7 twice.
All right.
Nope.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, man.
You're good. You're not going to break him.
Hey.
Okay, so he's there. We're going to do the Pegasus. 3 attacks.
Pegasus. Peg Daddy.
And on 3s.
Yeah, Thunder 1.
1.
Just
all you need.
Okay.
Grounded, that's what matters to you.
Grounded, and they're both like 4, so they're not going anywhere.
Boxcars, away room. Nope.
But they can't wind blast and
over
they can't
here.
fly. So
3,
They're so
6,
big, they're not going
9, 10. Whitfather. And first.
I wouldn't be surprised to see this horde pop this turn.
And 2s, going ones. Okay. So 8.
Some at 17.
Yep. Air elemental. That's pretty bad.
Yep.
I hit twice.
uh-oh.
Yeah, but
Wound twice.
Oh, at least he got the 2
Okay.
wounds.
so I'm at 19 of snakes twice.
That should be pretty good.
Ooh.
You just roll
Ask
double
and you
once.
shall receive. All right. That's it.
So, first snake eyes of the game.
I can't really exploit that shit.
Yeah. It's not really a bad time for him to get that. Doesn't really hurt him that bad.
Wow.
Guys,
Alrighty.
Gonna bring us to the
That's
top of
insane.
5.
Definitely, but it keeps pressure off the mind screeches, though. They can still just kind of move back and keep shooting things without getting frontal charge, which kind of
We
sucks.
can. Bryce has got 10 minutes left on his clock, but we're popping over to Jeff now, who has 19 on his.
If those Earth Elementals get to that token, though, and then just back up into the forest, they're looking killer.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not good with time. I'm not used to using clocks. So.
Not used to using clocks? What?
Who said they're not used to?
Bryce, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
What are they doing in the southeast?
What is he doing there? That because the air elemental can move 10 inches, get a wonderful flank.
He's
And pick up his 2 tokens. Yeah.
figuring his life out right now. We're just all here in hell together.
Unless he's
Well,
definitely.
I mean, he's going to counter
Ground them.
like ground them. Yeah, they're defense
Okay.
4,
He's
and
better.
Butcher Flesh Ripper, I'm fairly certain is crush 2. So
I think so.
should be doable.
You're fine. They're plastic.
All right. It looks like
Oh yeah, going for the air elemental with the wounds on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Smart, because that's defense 4. That's pretty good, I hear.
just took a quick look, and I don't see any results from any other matches coming in yet, which I guess makes sense because there's still a half an hour left. But
Oh, yeah.
I expect matches are going to start wrapping up soon. So as those results come in, I will let people know what the key matches we're keeping our eyes on look like. And of course, after the round is over, I will have the full recap and the standings and the round 5 pairings posted up on Dash28 as soon as they are available. And then after the local lunch break, we will have a round 5 match, probably one of the top 3 tables again.
Who are you streaming that one with, Mike? So the viewers know.
Let's see who's signed up here for round 5. We're going to have me and Mark and Tom Robinson and John Coyle.
Wonderful.
I'll just be here all day. Recovering.
Well, let me look at this from this side. Yeah, by all means.
That's going to be scheduled for 1 p.m. Pacific, which is 4 p.m. on the east coast of the U.S., 9 p.m. in the U.K., and 6 a.m. in Australia.
Now I'm trying to see here. Is that a Butcher Flesh Ripper down on the bottom of the screen?
I know he would need to move. I'm gonna
In the forest, where his head is now?
Behind that's actually height 1 terrain.
Yeah,
And
it's the train.
It's either that or it's Shakira.
No, you need to be moving closer to my
I
face.
couldn't tell from moving back and everything. So
Let me see. I think it could be. I think that could be the other Flesh Ripper. It does look awfully spidery.
I just don't remember it doing anything else. I don't know where it's going, but I'm happy about it. It's pretty rad.
It's been killing.
Scorch Wings.
Scorch Wings. Yeah. So
How far is that?
Shakira's also down there somewhere. So
yeah,
if that's
she's just gonna pop out of the board like a fucking Marvel vs. Capcom assist randomly on like turn 6. It's gonna be awesome.
I feel like it's Warhammer where you're like, and here are my reserves. You
Right.
can't see them.
Or when you used to overrun off the table, and the next turn you could come back onto it, which felt great.
So
I don't miss that game at all, actually.
Right now.
No,
Not
you
even
couldn't
a little
even
bit.
charge on the turn you came back. Like,
No, you couldn't. It was a nightmare.
Actually,
And in America, they were like,
here.
we don't like scenarios. We should just play without them.
You play with scenarios? There are scenarios in Warhammer? I never heard of them.
There were 6 of them. Yeah, I know you didn't. Not many people did.
I heard they were myth. I heard they were a myth.
But I heard of Warriors of Chaos, and that was rad.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, there she is.
There she is.
Oh, she came back. I missed you.
I gotta figure out how to play
I love
that
her.
thing. I know what I want to do. I just don't know if I can make it work.
So that's going to be Shakira into the flank of those air elementals.
Which I don't like.
Oh, you got.
Does he
Should be good
triple
for-
charge by moving away the Mind Screech somewhere? Because then you get the horror Rift Reavers in combat as well.
Yeah.
Right. Which might be what he's working on doing right now. Let's just fly this over here and get in the way for a turn. Once again, they are basically fighting over that center token that's just there in the middle of the table behind the Wolffather and that horde of scarecrows.
Equal loot token points.
Yep. And they're just kind of swarming around that middle token.
So he's just going
Trying
to
to
throw
figure
the
out-
Screech up there, or is that for the Horror Rift Weaver that he's doing that proxy base?
Here, and say I have your inch, right? And then he would
Oh,
be
he's
on
thinking
site
about picking
for
it out.
him.
Do
He
it.
wouldn't be
Yep.
on site. I know you
Do it.
Do it.
can't fit.
Pick
Get
it
to the
up.
token.
Thinking,
I'm thinking.
you have another 50? Could I borrow that for a minute?
He's got 15 minutes. He's got plenty of time to think.
Oh yeah.
Nimble. Can't do it if I...
Best advice I ever heard on Kings of War: make bad decisions quickly. That's
Oh,
how you
yeah.
play
It would
tournaments.
have to be-
Yeah. And then just roll 10 or better for every nerve check, and
it would have to be
it'll all work out.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, if your dice are hot, it doesn't matter what you do, right?
What my friend Fox always told me is like the key to getting better at this game is just roll better.
But now they can
Yeah.
see
It's
it, so
like,
I'd have
well-
to land
Guess I'm doomed.
there.
I once was at a tournament. I think it was at Urktown, and I was so mad at. Oh no, it wasn't Urktown. It was like Unplugged or something. And I was so mad at my dice. And it's in a game store, and I literally was like, "Fuck this dice, I'm out!" And I went and bought new dice, and I was like, "You are my favorite now."
Yep.
Not this one, this one. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I like
Tag
when
out,
people get
tag
angry
in.
and
Yeah.
throw dice at you. It's my favorite.
I'm like, nothing to do with you.
See 'em, but I don't think you can.
Or they spike them all off the table and they just go everywhere. And they scare everybody like in the game store or whatnot, and you're like, yeah.
All right, so what Jeff is doing here is trying to figure out how to position his square maneuverable pieces in such a way that he can get the token this turn and not get the new token carrier immediately charged.
So I guess he's trying to stop the air elementals from having a landing spot, I would imagine. Obviously blocking the earth elementals because they're not flying.
Oh.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Flank.
So
Earth
there
doesn't
goes-
fly.
That's pretty
Where was
strong.
this?
Yep. So the horror Rift Weavers have gone into the flank of the Wolffather.
Who's gonna pick
Oh,
up
this
the
looks
token?
so cool.
So that base, this
Mhm.
guy's got 2
Yes.
wins.
There's 2 runs.
Oh, I'm surprised by that, actually.
That's a good play. Turn 5, get in there and pick up the token. Make him come to you and get rid of him.
Turn 5, if I'm not going
And if there's no way to position those elementals and surge them and make contact, then you'll still have the token next turn.
Last turn,
And then just get the hell out.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, what? You sit there and watch Earth Elementals or Air Elementals walk forward and pick up the token this turn, and then
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
have to kill them.
And you have to kill
Yeah,
her.
at least this is like you have it. They have to come. You have a little more.
Yeah, and he has
Oh, they're still they're contested. Yeah.
at this point he has all those extra throwaway pieces that he can just block.
Would it do
Mhm.
And near the end of the game, who cares?
or lightning bolting?
And with Northern Kings, like people killing your stuff, who like whatever, it's not going to affect
Doesn't
your
matter.
score.
Blast.
Yep. Sacrifice everything to win the
Yeah.
scenario. It's okay.
I'm in your front, so they should go that way.
Where you who's wind blasting?
Wind blast.
Win blast from the back. If he can push them sideways, then gets them out of arc and even makes it even harder for him to get them into a decent surge position.
And I see him with that unit because I only moved 6.
So I got my first result in. I believe Keith has beat Ray.
All right,
And wind blast is not affected by cover.
that was Zombie Ray.
Wind blast is
Yes.
not affected by cover.
Oh,
No, it's not.
Ray.
That was
And you don't have a token, right, Sam? I want to win
and
blast.
that's what Keith Randall.
Keith Randall, yes.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't recall Ray playing Keith Conroy.
You get cover from both of
I
us.
thought that was Adam. I was like, where the fuck have I been?
But this is a hard scenario for
because this one's going to blow this way, that one's going to blow that way.
All right,
Gotcha.
So let's see what happens
Sorry.
with these wind
I just
blasts.
realized we're going first. I'm going to do this one first, so it'll be this way. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, you'd have to
Oh,
wind blast on all
it's gonna-
5 to put him in the flank again.
Is he gonna try and win blast him?
Three. Okay.
So I'll just move him 3 if that's okay.
Yeah, by all means.
That was a cool play. He was gonna try
And
and
then
blast
wind blast.
this way so he could get it.
Now I'm actually in the flank, I think.
That's what I was looking at. I was trying to figure out.
Yeah,
Did he get it?
It was not intentional, but I think I did it.
yeah. If he
Oh,
did
yeah.
it, then
Yeah.
he can push him
Off
even
you
further
go.
out of position.
Nice. That's
Really
a good.
We're
That's a
looking
fun
at 3
play.
more.
Sweet.
I would not be smart enough to do that.
And they are speed 10, but they are shambling, so he may have blown them into
That's done. That's
being
done.
able to
Combat.
flank
Let's do 30
the
attacks.
horde, but it doesn't matter. They're
Your,
devastated. Who cares?
Earth, or your air.
Turn
Data?
anyway.
Yep. Come on, Scorps. You gotta be
Okay.
really mad.
What, 15
That
attacks?
is not really mad, but you know what? You still have a wound. You gotta roll wound dice. It's good.
I like it.
You keep all these 4s next time, and we're gonna be a happy camper. Okay, 4s and 5s and
He's
6s.
talking to his models right now.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
He broken his
And his
word.
dice.
4s. Come on. Not enough. 5. Okay. So that's 10. There is Dread next
Oh, really
door.
nice.
So it's an 11. And you're an 18?
Dash 18.
19.
Oh, that's not horrible.
Yeah. Do it again. Ah, huzzah.
Like a boss.
Nice.
And there goes the wind
Nice.
fire.
I have no idea what the right answer is. We're going to move sideways to the right. 3 inches.
Just drop the air elementals back in.
All right.
Yeah, but I think you'd rather
Well,
have them in
that
the
was
front
Mhm.
of the
Well,
horde
you-
rather than in the
you
front
can-
of it.
And then where?
You
Yeah.
can surge.
12 attacks on your
Doesn't even matter. I have like
Your Pegasus?
on him.
Yeah, I mean, they're devastated. If he had anything that could shoot at them, he could pick them up.
Yeah.
wow. That wasn't good.
Yeah, you don't need a whole lot for that. So I mean,
No. Here's 3s. 3 wounds. I didn't get a whole lot either.
I mean, he snake
3 on the
eyes.
Pegasus.
Nope, dead.
Picks up the
Oh,
peg.
those snake eyes.
Oh no, Big Daddy, the dream is dead.
I love them.
Sad. All right, Jeff is in pretty good position here going into turn
All right. 5
turn
attacks
5.
from the front at the Flesh Ripper on your air elementals.
All he's got to do is ground these air elementals.
3 hits.
That's a good start.
3 wounds.
That's good.
And he's
Nice.
got
5
Shakira.
from Shadow there.
Shakira in the flank.
3 hits. 2 wounds. Okay.
It's not going to get them, but they're not going anywhere.
Roll twice.
It's gonna be Dread 6.
It'll be 11 twice, no? Okay, good. Nope. Good.
Nope, does not get them.
All right.
But they're engaged in 2 sides, so like they can't even withdraw and go anywhere.
No.
Yep, they're kind of
6.
stuck there.
24 attacks. I like it. All right, baby. All 5s and 6s, and I'll take you out Bryce Clark.
That's what 3s and 5s.
That's not 5s and 6s, dude.
5.
And 5s. Okay.
Do it with your mouth.
Looks like 5. Okay.
All right.
So is that still the Blood Father, or is that an
That's
air
the
elemental?
father, I think. Yeah.
Okay, that is
Chopping
the
them down slowly but
Should be
surely.
at what? 9. Okay. Dread is 10. Keep it 19.
19 or 9 twice.
Oof.
Okay. That's all my fight.
If he doesn't get healed, he can go down next turn.
He could, yeah.
That's big.
All right.
I'm interested to see what the air elementals try and do.
See, we're not gonna make it through 6 turns.
Yeah.
Have to start playing fast.
It's going to bring us to the bottom of turn 5. He has
10 minutes.
10 minutes on his clock. Jeff only has 6 left on his for his last
He's
turn.
facing this way.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it was good he had enough time left to do so many of those little things he needed.
Yeah, and getting that token and not waiting, that was
That was big, yeah.
Yeah.
that's probably gonna do it.
Surge.
So now it is
That's
on
what he's
Bryce
trying
to
to
figure
right
out
there.
how to get that token away from him.
Yep, clear 'em.
As long as
Can't
I make
happen this turn.
contact and I can position, then I'm fine. It's gonna
Oh, what?
touch you.
Okay.
But he's got
Well, it did look like it was overlapping with the Will
I don't know if
Father
I'm
there, though.
Wind blasted me so far off that I don't think.
I would just hit the horde with that
still
unit.
leave me with.
Mhm.
Countercharge with the Wilt Farther against the.
So I did that.
for
Yeah,
Retriever.
and then Earth Elementals just beat that Mind Screech into the fucking ground.
And then that way, the last turn, if you roll double ones, he wins, but that's fine.
At least he gets him to play.
Yeah.
So looking at the results of other matches coming in, as we said before, Keith Randall has beat Ray Wyan on table 8. John Van Noss has beat Devlin Smith on table
None
11.
of us had the time.
Sleeveless John.
Sleeveless John.
Sleeveless John. If you don't know last names, it's Sleeveless John.
Yeah.
I guess the only question is with the Earth Elemental, or their Air Elementals.
Those are the air elementals right there.
Dude, I don't know. I'm so confused. All game, I have been back and forth on which ones are which.
Earth elementals are right in the middle.
Yeah.
So could they
Air-
slide 5 inches to the right and be surged into the 2 point?
They would have to drop the token. They're currently holding a token.
But you could double pivot your other one, Air Elementals, to pick it up.
Just pick the token up.
Yeah, you could. You would have to do something like that.
I really don't know how he's going to get in here there.
That's a lot of thought. They're really low on time, so I don't know if it's going to be able to go over all these possibilities.
Because all you need is 4 points to win.
Would put you
If I was
actually-
playing, that's what I want.
So
I went.
I know where you are, so I'm going to move. I'm going to pivot you.
It's going to be a long bomb surge to get there. This
10
is,
inches would put you.
this is Hail Mary
there.
territory.
Actually, you'd only be able to go.
Yeah, without getting them into the middle too, which sucks about the air elementals going into
Maybe
the
an inch away.
board to top them is
So
the
you'd have
soul
to be
player cav are just
you'd
freed up
actually
now
have
to
to
charge
stop
next turn. At the very least, just
there.
round them.
Yeah.
Just
Sorry, I'm just
actually,
like
let's
so
see if the
intrigued
anger's
in
right.
what they're trying to do here.
You're going to clip me. So, yeah, be a little. So.
But I think he's going to clip the other unit
but-
first.
I will.
Not once you surge, you have to land. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying I
Go
can
straight.
move it to get a little bit more angle.
He also has to be an inch away when he lands right there.
Yeah, I know. So I'm like, and I just feel like he's.
Sure that's right.
I was like, is he going to clip?
10 inches. That's too far.
He'll be able to get the angle, I'm sure, because they're maneuverable enough. The question is,
Yeah, I got
how close can he get with that with his 10 inches, and how big a surge does he got to roll to make it?
Well, he might not even be able to do 2 surges, right? Because if you end a surge within 1 inch of a enemy unit, you stop, correct?
Change. Is that even viable?
I don't know. I don't think
Yeah, like when you have to get the.
I think
You
you
wouldn't
keep
be able
going.
to.
Because it's
That's
movement.
not what.
I think you go all the way
So,
on surges.
I'm
I
facing
think
this way. I'm just going to hit them in the front. Okay.
if
would
you
you-
start a
if you
surge
had-
within 1 inch and you surge them further, you can do that. You can do a second
I
surge.
should be in my.
As we
should be
both
in
sit
my
here and
front.
not know the
Whatever
rules
the
for
angle
surge as
did.
Sunbed players,
If
Which is fine.
you
Is the
surge
top
and ended
not
like
moving?
half an inch out, would you not? Would you stop half an inch out and then surge again, or would you have
yeah,
to?
I think so. But I'm gonna double check right here if I can.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like they changed
I don't play
it.
surge armies, so.
It used to be the surge on like surge and overrun. You went the entire amount, even if
Oh,
it took
did
you
they
within
just?
an inch.
Did he just say fuck it and go in there anyways?
I think he did.
Hitting
Yeah.
here.
Probably the whole not enough time. If I kill those, I'll get it next turn, and it's only turn 5. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably like the little. Yeah, you're just gonna burn your clock trying to figure that out, right? So-
right at some point, you're like enough finesse. If I kill everything, I'll pick it up on turn 6. No big
I'm
deal.
going to go 10 inches here.
I think the tree herder has to drop the token at this point.
So you're back here, though, right?
No, I'm right here. Perfect. I'm going to take my surge. I set her behind it.
So it doesn't say anything about stopping at enemy units in the normal rulebook, but that doesn't mean in the errata.
Taking your flank.
Yeah, it's all in the facts in the errata.
Specify?
It's changed a couple of times since third
go to
issue.
that.
All right, there's that. So you got all the
Alright, so they just went in
death
anyway.
and madness.
Yeah, he didn't do it anyway, so
Yeah,
we'll
so
worry
still
about
gonna slowly but surely look that up later.
Shoes, that's done. So let's start with the air elementals there.
Oh, air mills? Okay. Yep.
So freeze and freeze.
Honest to God's
So,
truth, just
wait,
snake
he's
eyes
free now.
twice. I'm not gonna make it. You can roll snake eyes again. That'd be really fun. Oh,
I'll take that.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, but you never know.
Oops.
We
Those
know
grippy
they're
hands.
in line with the trees.
The
So
grippy hands.
okay. So pivot there. All right. Earth elementals. So here.
Yeah.
Earth Elemental's on
what's
a
their
mind
defense?
screech.
4.
Okay. So
fours.
4s and 3s.
Lots of ones and twos, please. I need them to live. I need him to live. He's not going to, but I need him to.
Excellent.
Represent. For the plus 6. So it's 9.
9 plus brutals 10.
They don't fight very often.
That's going to be a dead mind screech at
That's
13,
good.
15.
And
13,
Probably
15,
wavered.
so need like a 5 twice.
Oh no.
13, 15. It's wavered. Okay,
Oh,
that's
no.
okay with me.
That's big.
3, 6. 3, 6, 9, 10.
That's rough.
Will Daddy.
Whiff.
This thing should probably die.
Pretty good.
What,
That's
the Rift
a good whiff
Weaver?
for him.
It's
11
pretty
or
healthy,
11.
isn't it? Oh, it's 11, 13.
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
okay.
All of them.
That's 5. Okay.
Back to Wilt Daddy.
7.
Kills him.
It's his stage name.
I didn't really expect him to live, but I was hopeful. Okay, it would have been fun.
So much
I
hope.
would have taken that.
All right, so now the Wilt Father is staring at the mind screech that has the token.
Yeah.
Elementals.
So he's now speed 5 and loses fly and nimble, if I'm not mistaken. So he actually.
Here, so 3s and a course.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
I guess it depends what his facing is.
So 4.
Bottom, I believe.
4
Yeah,
ones?
I mean,
Yep.
it's
So
going to be facing down.
you need a
Because
3 twice.
11.
between those two and the elementals, they've got that.
Yeah. And that other tree herder is still there, coming in.
Bad stuff. Bad stuff. All right, your turn.
Oh,
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
They
2
did not
sets,
pick
snake
it up.
eyes. Loving it.
That was going to be
All
another
right,
snake
what are we
eyes.
doing?
Okay,
What are we
so
doing?
Butcher Flesh Ripper is
Scary
still
fucking
there.
things.
Damn.
Top of turn 6. Coming down to the wire. Will Jeff be able to hold on to that middle token through this turn, and will the game end? If so, he'll win by 1. If not, Bryce picks it up,
No wounds on
and
them still?
that'll be Bryce.
They just regen 3 wounds off.
Reminding everybody they are playing Northern King scoring,
Yeah.
and this scenario is Plunder.
Well, if he can take Wilt Father out and he can just hit those, just ground the air elementals, I think he's good to go mostly.
Yeah, but the question is, what units would he do that with?
Ground him with Esanishra, maybe? Or no, she probably can't fly in and throw them in. That's too far.
And she's staring at the side of air elementals, so she'd have to be able to see over them.
Yeah, I just meant the fly and thrall into combat thing, but I think she's too far for that.
Yeah.
I guess I would charge Esanishra into the tree herder. Just be in the way.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what he's going to kill Wildfather with.
Oh, sorry. Can I swap this over? I need to do the regen.
Oh, yeah. Regen has to happen.
I forget constantly, so.
Regen 5 on the air elementals. Combat with the Flesh Ripper and Shakira down there at the bottom.
There you go.
I think
maybe the soul players go into Wilt Father.
Yeah, probably.
I hit a front and a flank.
Something's got to go into those air elementals though to ground them.
So, even
I'm
though
guessing that last mind screech that's still hanging out.
Yeah,
I need
just
to
anything.
ground somebody. I need to ground them.
Yep.
He's got a fresh Scarecrow horde that can get in the way of something, but they're kind of far away and holding tokens, so.
But
Yeah.
even if you don't ground them, you block their line of sight. I guess they fly, so it doesn't matter.
So many
Yeah,
things,
you
so many
just
things.
want to make it so
Come
they
on.
can't fly over something and then surge in. So once they're grounded, they can't
That's-
really
might be
go
worth it.
anywhere.
Jeff down to 4.5 minutes on his clock in the top of turn 6.
Or
Has
This
enough
was
tokens to
turn
win,
that's not gonna kill him.
has to figure out how to keep them.
Well, I can take her in too.
I imagine now it's really hard to look at the board right now with that little time left, and being turn 6 is probably a lot to try and.
So
think
this
of all the
unit is
options.
going to do this.
Hell yeah.
But he's backing up and going away. Wouldn't that give a rear charge to the air elementals?
No, I think he just pivoted.
He just reformed, I think.
Okay.
There's not much I can do.
Just got to ground
I
stuff and
gotta
get in the
kill
way,
these
my
units,
guy.
'cause if they get away from me, I'm gonna be in trouble. So that's happening. counter charge there. Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Um,
these results are correct. We have kind of a big upset on table 5. Andrew Minton may have beaten Mike Zettelmeyer.
Oh.
Will Daddy double charged.
May have. We don't know. It's not confirmed.
Well, the numbers are in there, but sometimes I have to go back and change them. But glancing at it, it looks like
Okay. I
looks
see
like
what you're
that ogre on ogre matchup. Zed may have lost the mirror match.
You're good. So they'll end up coming in.
Looks like we got Nathan Clevenger over Dan Wright on table 4.
Yeah, so we got soul players into them.
Jeff Radigan over Bart Kohler on table 6.
That'll
Then
happen.
he'll charge Will. She's going to jump and charge Will.
And that's BC Dan Wright.
He's
'Cause,
charging
there's
Will
2
Potter.
Dan Wrights in one
Yes.
tournament to make it confusing.
Ashley, is Dan Wright part of your club up in BC?
No. Well, I don't.
Would you mind
I'm
if I double
technically
charge the
working
into your
in my
ally?
heart. So, but we play at the
All right.
But if we play, we play at
So
the
let's slide
university
them
here,
over, and they'll be about right
and we're quite far apart.
Okay.
So
I don't know what else to
Okay.
do with them, so I'm gonna
While we're talking about British Columbia clubs, I want to give a shout out to Paul Forbes from Victoria Wargaming for providing this video and audio feed. This is his streaming rig that we're watching here, and we're very fortunate that he set it up for us so
Yeah.
we
Thank
can
you.
watch the Masters.
Really? Come on.
So, if you haven't before, maybe go check out Victoria Wargaming on YouTube.
yeah, these
9. Okay.
I think I'm
5 attacks from the front.
all right.
4 hits. 4 wounds. Okay. Dread is right there within 6 inches. Plus 6. I do not. Wolf Daddy is there.
Yeah, that's Snake Eyes.
Nope, dead. Okay.
So picks up those air elementals.
Turn. Turn. That's fine.
He is down to 1 minute and 40
Where did
seconds.
that come from? Oh, it came from him. 5 attacks on front of Wolf Daddy.
Roll it out, man.
That was
Just start-
topped at least. Nope. Misses from all front. 5 attacks from Shadow. 5 hits. 3s. 4 wounds. Okay.
Nice.
All right.
That puts it at 13.
13.
Dread is 14. And 10.
Place. That does it.
And 7. Dead.
That picks up a Wilt Daddy.
Nice.
his clock going
might
down is making
pull
me
it
stressed.
out.
I'm like sweating right now.
1 minute.
I got clammy hands.
Yeah.
1 minute left. If he can
Really
take
can't
out those
do
air
much more with
elementals,
that.
he might
Turn to
Go,
face
go,
this
go,
way
go, go,
somehow.
step her sideways.
5 attacks on the front of your air elementals.
Go.
1 hit. 1 wound. Okay.
Here goes
And then
the
12
mind screech.
attacks. 3, 6, 9.
And here come the soul flares.
From here. Okay.
3s and 2s.
Oh, really, dude? 2s.
30 seconds.
7. Okay. What is that at?
That's me
Oh my
up
God,
to
we
8.
fix these things up.
Plus dread is 9.
So you need a 7.
12.
8. 12 will pick him
Dead.
up.
Should be with them,
And
but maybe I didn't move
no
far enough.
inspiring.
Oh,
That will pick them up.
There you go.
Oh, well.
20
Wow,
seconds
I didn't
left.
see that
20
coming.
And
seconds.
he has cleared the center of the table. I'll be damned.
At the end of end of this thing, I can drop it. No.
Well,
Pause.
you got 8 seconds, my dude.
Yeah, pause.
Oh my
Pause.
god, I got 0.6
Also,
seconds.
do a shit.
Simple
I
base.
guess at this point I would probably just move.
It just says a unit can drop loot counters that is carrying at the start of any move.
Is the start of the move reforming at the end of combat?
It is.
he goes D6 and he gets like a.
I don't know the answer.
Just get
That
away.
is,
I don't either.
that
Honestly.
is a yes.
We have time. Let's go ask. Yeah, go ask.
A reform is
I'm gonna
technically a
put you on
move.
pause.
You
If we
can
have
drop
time,
the
Oh,
circle
yeah, you
back,
I haven't reformed my soul flares
right?
because I didn't know what that would mean.
Right.
Yep.
So my guess is what he's trying to do here is have the Screech drop it, step sideways, and then have the Soul Flayers step sideways and pick it up. And then he's got that other tree herder boxed out from being able to get to the Soul Flayers with the 3rd token.
Oh, so he'll just block with that. Nice.
He
That'll
will
work.
just
too.
block and be like, you can come kill Shakira and overrun and bump into a Mind Screech and kill that, but you're not getting to the Soul Flayers with the token. And I believe that is a legal move. And it
Yeah,
only
it just
requires
sounds like they're
a
just
1
getting
inch.
trying to get a ruling on
I
it.
think it's the end of any phase.
And then can he do it in
The-
6 seconds?
It's you drop at the start of any move and you
Can I
pick
pause
up
you
at
guys
the end
for a
of
sec?
any move.
All right.
So I believe that is.
No,
I think this is a
I
valid
was
move.
pausing it literally, but that's fine. Got it.
Oh, so he's
Okay.
dropping it as part of
Don't be
his
pissed off.
Right.
reform move.
So as,
Okay, I get what you're saying.
at the start of my reform, which is technically a move, drop it, sidestep 1 inch.
Right.
Soul Flare,
Question.
sidestep 1 inch, pick it up at the end of that move.
You can drop a token at the start of movement.
Yeah, and that's movement.
Is it? That's not the question. The start of
That's not a
motion or movement, could that be construed as after comp may reposition? Because it's got to be in the movement phase.
It does not have to be in the movement phase. You can pick them up at the end of an overrun.
We were looking at the wording, and it's like
He can't hear us. We're just like,
hear us.
this
He's
is
yelling
the
at
answer.
This is clever, and I'm pretty sure this is a valid move.
Listen to me. Somebody text them.
If not, then
Just call
walk
in and be
forward.
like, "Yeah, it is
Right.
correct."
If not, just walk forward with it,
answer,
and
not yours.
yeah.
Call a friend. I would like to call a friend, please.
Right.
Yeah, phone a friend.
Yeah. If not, I guess you could walk forward with it, and then the tree herder won't be able
the
to see
answer
it.
is
D6 and
no. It's only during the movement phase that you can drop it.
That
The
is
start of your movement.
Incorrect.
Okay. So, but it's vague because he was. He can't show me, but
I would
Anyway.
just D6 it forward. Be the
so
hero.
literally, I'm going to turn my clock back on, turn him this way, and turn them that way. Okay. And unfortunately, he still has the token. Yep. All right, so I'm on.
D6, bud.
I'm done. I'm out of time.
Should have just walked forward. You might
So
as
she's
well
going
forward.
to him.
Well, duh.
Yep. So we'll see if
So
And
9 attacks, right?
I'm going to move that to an
Yes.
emblem.
regular
you don't
tree
please-
herder, not a
You
wolf
can
daddy.
actually go there. And
I guess the real question is there a turn?
Vicious, right?
I can't do anything about it.
they'll
Yeah, vicious.
hit there. Like that's fine.
Who did
Push
they
it out.
ask? I
You know what mean?
wonder.
Yeah, I can't
Yes.
do anything about it.
So Cloak of Death is not on that one.
Rest of it doesn't
Cloak of
really
Death is
matter.
not. It's
It
Radiance
does
of Life.
probably 5 or
do
6
the,
wounds, and that thing looks unwounded, and it's a nerve 13-15.
I think it's got one
This
on it,
combat
maybe,
first, I get
Yeah,
that.
just,
or two. I think I see 2 pips.
so force.
That's 8.
And it's
So
what, 15?
I'm looking at the rule here.
So
The exact ruling is a unit can drop any counters it is carrying at the start of any move.
You keep skipping
Yeah.
your heart attacks with threes, man. You're
that's
killing
fair.
me.
So he can get him on, like, if he rolls averages, I think he picks that token up and wins on a
that was
7.
That was still within 12 or 10. We were in 10,
But
10,
Tree Herd is also inspiring,
Just
I
that.
believe.
Um,
So he'll be inspired.
4, 5,
I just remember the
7,
token
8,
was
9.
Yeah, well, I mean, the tree herder is inspiring, so yeah,
Yeah.
definitely inspired.
Where are we?
This is this combat. I
Okay,
get 3.
3. 2? 3. Oh, 3. So 6,
He only did 3 wounds.
10, dead. 9 dead.
Heard.
And I'll pick up the token.
Inspired?
And then
Yeah, he rolled twice.
Oh, he did roll twice?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well, shit.
That's it?
Uh,
Wow.
and he's out of time, so turn 7
He
won't help
doesn't
him.
even get to do anything.
That is
He has
unfortunate
3
because
minutes left, so if they get turn 7, he just picks up more bonus points.
yep.
so that,
Yeah, so I think that I think the move that Jeff wanted to do to move the token to those soul flayers that are still alive should have been legal, and he could have been able to do it with 6 seconds left.
Aren't the clocks off?
So yeah,
Yes,
this guy here brings up a good point, saying he doesn't think he had time to probably do both of that, but he probably had time to just roll a d6 and move it forward.
Sure, he could, but like literally, you can like roll a die. Doesn't matter how far, drop it, move it 1 inch, roll the second die, step over, pick up. You can do that in 6 seconds. You know exactly what he needed to do, and I think he could have done it.
Yeah.
That was rough.
I think they also were like just started discussing whether or not it was a thing before they stopped the clocks.
Yeah, rulebook says unit can drop token at start of any move. Unit may pick up token at end of any phase. And yeah, he said, why didn't anyone pick up a rulebook?
Yep.
Rough out here, Scott.
Well, they went and asked for a ruling. They paused the clock to go ask ATO, whoever's doing the rules judging, or whoever was available for a ruling, and they got back what I think is an incorrect ruling. So,
That's a
but
shame on day 2.
I don't know the rule well enough, but
When you're
it
3
is a shame. But like that was a very well played game from both these guys. It came right down to the wire.
he's out of time. We got turn 7. We just like
Well, if
There
he
he
plays
goes.
turn 7, then he gets no turn. He's diced down. It immediately just goes to the bottom of 7.
Okay.
Yeah, that's rough. But I mean, it was a really rad game. It's so cool to just. I always like seeing like two armies that are super maneuverable fighting each other because it always turns into such a crazy thing once it's past like turn 2.
I always find like
So
a
turn
game
7 is
where
not
each
mentioning
round
whether or
it
not
looks
it's
like
on
someone
times or not.
they're
Locally in
winning.
the
Like
Midwest,
you
we
always look
don't.
like they're winning on their turn.
He ran out of time
And it
at the top of
switches?
turn
Yeah.
seven.
Come on,
Just
guys.
going right back and forth, you know.
You guys know this turn 7 doesn't matter for the clock. It's dice down. Your dice down when the clock runs out. Doesn't matter what turn it's on. The guy with time on his clock keeps playing his turn.
If you time out in turn 5, the other guy still gets all his turns if he has or she has time left on the clock, right? So
Yeah. We
It's
also
not in your rules. I'm not trying to be a butt about it. It's not in your pack. Midwest plays turn 7 doesn't count against clocks.
What?
So and neither does Mid Atlantic.
there are. I kind of.
I'm sorry? Did he just say nor does Mid-Atlantic? That's definitely not true. No, that is not how it works,
That should be in
dudes.
the player pack, right?
No,
because
That is not how anyone I know of plays on the clocks, guys.
I've never
Come on
seen
now.
anyone play that Team 7 doesn't
If
count.
you're out of time,
The roll for turn 7 is not on the clock because it's not on anyone's clock. But turn 7 is on the clock if you have time. And if you don't, then you are dice down. If your opponent has time, he takes his turn. That's it.
Yeah. So that's the contention.
this is
But if
interesting.
it's in the rulebook, this
Yeah,
says
no,
not,
kinda
the
like-
clock not required in the rulebook, so I don't know.
Well, there is no clock in the
Sometimes I've
rulebook. This is
seen
getting weird.
Yeah, there's nothing about the clock in the rule book. It needs to be in the tournament
Sometimes
pack.
I've
Dice
seen it
down.
where they say turn 7, you get an extra like a couple of minutes. Like, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Okay, throw 5 minutes on the clock.
But then you would put that in a
tournament
ruling.
package.
Yeah, if you're already doing 65 or 70 minutes, then you've already got it padded for turn 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then kill something for points.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kill 7 for points.
Kill
Back
them
to
all
the bottom of turn
machine.
7.
I've never had that happen, so
That's it just means that I will never be back to the Northwest ever again. You hear that, Dash28? Never the Northwest because they suck.
all right.
Well, I'm pretty sure we played that way in the NE too.
So just more points.
And the Mid-Atlantic.
Oh, that's like sarcasm or not.
160, 110 each.
I think
Okay,
I think they're probably mostly upset that it isn't clearly spelled out in the pack.
That's
Um,
fair. Well, because
And
if you do play differently in wherever you're playing, then you know,
I will.
like to feel that he was under the assumption that if it went to 7, he was going to have time.
Token.
I've just never heard of that before.
No, I haven't.
no, I don't know what that means. I've never heard anybody doing that.
I've only ever had
you have
where
the time you
opponents
have,
said they weren't going to roll
Yeah.
for 7 because they didn't
I
want
would, I
to.
would think about how weird that would be too, because the first GT I went to was last year, the Nerdhammer GT, and I watched somebody against one of my friends. They ran out of clock, I think, on turn 3, maybe 4. So I just watched my friend with like 40 minutes on her clock, just
So she has 3 more.
playing the game with herself, and it'd be so weird for like her to play for 30, 40 minutes and then just randomly get to turn 7. It's like, hey man, you have 5 minutes again, or 15 minutes, or you can just play your turn, go for it.
Right.
I'd be
After-
impressed if they had anything left after playing
Yeah,
by
that's
yourself
what
for 40
I-
minutes. To
yeah,
be fair. If you've got stuff left, then I don't know what you were doing by yourself.
She's like, this is the weirdest thing that's ever happened, because like for 35 minutes I just had to like play the game by myself and watch them just pick units up and do nothing. It's like, yeah, I can imagine that's
And then
awkward.
on 2s.
Nice. 7? Okay.
I had
See what
an
else.
opponent once where I think they had like a minute left and I timed out maybe, and they were like, I'm not gonna roll for, I don't want to roll for 7 because I don't want to play that. Like I already won.
Hey, good game.
Let's not bully you more, and you know that's the only time I'm going to come up.
You know, the truth is that if it's not something that's common, they should be freaking articulating it.
Yeah, I mean, I can get a frustration on that end, I suppose, but at the same time, at least they played a pretty solid 6-turn game.
That was
right
a really good back and
That's really
forth.
good.
game.
They did.
That was
an
very,
excellent game.
it's very
And-
impressive.
And I could understand being frazzled about it. So
Day 2, 3-0. I mean, I could understand being like, damn it.
yeah,
And
it
it
is.
like
You're
coming
playing
down
on table
to
3.
the
Yep,
wire.
Yeah.
definitely.
So
Yeah, so they are going to count that up. That is going to be a win for Bryce then.
Yep.
Um,
Bryce
Did
coming
you-
in hot.
Did you jinx Jeff because you put Jeff wins up at the beginning?
I guess I did. So
It
sorry,
was.
Jeff. You can definitely blame me for that.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to put blame on. I just had to. You know,
That was my fault.
Well,
It's all on me.
I guess-
All right, so
I thought we were doing predictions. You know.
Yeah, I guess it'll be an updated tournament packet for Masters next year.
it'll
Yeah.
be clear. So, looking around at other results, it looks like Corey Reynolds has beaten Alex Chavez on table 2. That is big.
That's cool.
As I said, Nathan Clevenger beat British Columbia Dan Wright on table 4. Andrew Minton against Mike Zettelmeyer has won, it looks like. So he will move up, and Zed will.
9x9.
Yeah.
What
So
do we have anything from table 1?
they are still in prog. Oh, hold on. I think Keith has put in his score, and that looks like a losing score. So Adam Ballard may have taken down current defending master Keith Conroy. Adam Ballard may be on the top right now, which would mean next turn top table will be Adam Ballard versus Corey Reynolds, and that would be a Nightstalker versus Twilight Kin match. That would be some hotness.
I'm so happy.
And we just saw Bryce here defeat Jeff Franz. That means he will probably be playing Nathan Clevenger, who's also playing Nightstalkers. So next round, Bryce will have to play Nightstalkers again, I'm guessing. It's just Nightstalkers all the way down at this point, folks. If you're not playing Nightstalkers and you're in like the top 10 tables, you are playing a Nightstalker player. That's what's up.
And to be fair, Bryce rolled 2 double ones there, and he rolled 2 double ones that mattered in that game.
Yeah.
So that was a.
I think so, especially with that horde.
Yeah.
Just the ability to have those mind screeches be like, oh, okay, my wall of flesh is still here for an extra turn, and I still can just do whatever I want with no threat to me at all. You're like, yeah.
I really did.
Took out the greater air elemental.
Yeah.
I really liked the maneuvering in the middle to try and get to that token right away and have him come to him because he did. That was a really cool maneuver. I liked that.
Yeah, all right. So looking at the schedule here, if they run on time, they have currently 40 minutes until the next round is supposed to start, and they should be on lunch break. So we are scheduled to start the next stream at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, or 9 p.m. British. So we're gonna wrap this up now. I hope everybody enjoyed that. I thought it was a great match. It's unfortunate that little rules oopsie at the end may have flopped who should have won that game, but these things happen. He got a ruling from the TO, and they played it according to how the TO said. So that's how things go at tournaments.
That's what it is.
But
overall, great game still live at turn 6.
Yes.
I mean, the best you can hope for, especially in Masters, right?
Fantastically played by both of those guys. So best of luck to both of them in the remaining couple of rounds of the tournament. And big thanks to Mark and Ray and Ashley for hanging out with me and watching this game.
Yeah.
And all you folks at home checking this thing out with us. So we're going to have a round 5 matchup probably from either table 1 or 2, I'm guessing, in round 5. And then after that, we will, of course, have the top table for round 6. Unless the scores are so close that, once again, it could be whoever wins on either of the top tables, and then we'll pick which one we think is the most interesting match. Right. I will have the full recap of the round up on dash28.org as soon as all the scores are submitted and the pairings for next round are generated. And we're still planning on trying to broadcast either at least the sound, if not some video from awards tonight. And barring that, we will certainly have a recap for the full weekend with who wins Master and Paragon and all that after they are announced. So come on back in another 45 minutes or so, and we'll see if we got the next round going. And until then, I'm your host, Mike Atkins, saying you stay safe out there, and we will see you next time on Dash28 Live. Bye, everybody.